you.
I love you too.
I didn't love
All
me
right,
last
everybody,
week.
say hi.
Do we need to move it?
Yes,
Yeah, we need to zoom out.
We do.
Because otherwise, it's just going to be the
Zach,
Crystal
do
and
you
Zach
mind?
show.
Yeah, tell me where to go.
Please, just go back, and
I think he goes back
just a little bit more,
and then slide over just a hair.
and then slide over the other way. Just a little bit more.
Perfect.
Okay, that's good right there.
Yeah,
Yay.
that'll work.
You know, we could have just photoshopped me in from this morning because I'm like wearing the same shirt and everything. Just
All right,
saying.
here we go.
Just minus the
everybody.
cupcakes, right?
Just minus the cupcake.
All right.
I'm like, you can't see my balloon.
Hello. It's Just for Fun Radio. We are live. It's Thursday nights. Everybody that's listening knows what that means. That means it's time for Ladies Talk Live. This is DJ Smiles. And of course, we've got the doc in the box in the house. And she's over here battling with her balloons.
Because it's my birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow is her special day. The day she was a gift to us. We'll talk about all that later. Because I would like to touch base on my my thoughts of birthdays, because birthdays are special.
Yes, they are.
But we have Abby in studio.
Good evening. How are
We
you?
have Cherie. Am I pronouncing your name right?
You are.
Okay. We have Cherie in studio, and she's
Hi.
going to be telling us a little bit about what she does. So y'all want to hang around for that. And of course, we have Zach Glaze in studio.
Hey, everybody.
It's Zachy Poo.
So, Doc, you want to talk about a little bit about what's going to be going on tonight?
Well, you know, because this is Ladies Talk is a joint effort. You know, no one person can do this by themselves. So everybody contributes to the ideas. And Zach came up with the idea of where one night a month, we just kind of sit down and reflect on all of the shows that we have done that month. And I was like, Zach, I love that.
It's only because you love me.
Because I love me some you. I'm like, yeah.
Everybody loves you.
Yeah, Zach is like that one guy friend that every woman needs. I mean, if you don't have if Zach is not your friend, he either needs to become your friend or you need to go find a Zach in your life. I'm telling
That's
you.
all right. Everybody needs a Zach.
Everybody needs a Zach.
It
The-
comes with the caution label, though. Okay.
Hey, you said it.
you know, it was so cool when Zach came up with the idea, because it does give us an opportunity to reflect back on what we did, where we were. And, you know, and a lot of times the best conversations sometimes happen after the show. And, you know, and we've learned a lot.
Yeah, they sure do. Last week at the end of the show, just wow. In fact, the last 10 minutes of the show last week was pretty.
It was
Great.
good.
It really got
Yeah,
good.
it got really
It got
good.
really good.
Yes, it
Yeah.
did.
And it was so good we didn't want to go, but
So we had
maybe
to.
I'm sure we'll touch base on some of that.
Yeah, you know, and I love doing this. You know, I love hanging out with Crystal, and it's like whenever I get to hang out with Crystal, it's always a treat. I look forward to Thursday nights because it's because I'm always with Scotty, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like hanging with the boys. But you know, hanging with Crystal is so different, and it's so much fun. And Crystal is much more girlier than I am, and
I don't believe that.
oh my God,
I
you
do.
are. Yeah,
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
yeah, you are.
Okay. Okay, y'all win.
And then we have somebody that's like looking like, what?
Yeah.
I just don't know how to compare that one, though, really.
You know, honestly, I would wear flannel shirts and jeans if I could get away with it and my wife's head not spin off.
Why would it? I mean, you could get away with it.
I could get away with
Yes,
it, but
you
her
could.
head would spin.
Yeah,
Really?
more
She-
than
she
one
touched-
person's would.
In fact, Benny touched base on that just a little bit today. Yeah, she likes apparently she likes the doc being, you know, the feminine
The
side,
feminine
right?
side, yeah. And
yeah.
she's, you know, because since I've been hanging out with Scotty, it's like I'm in t-shirts and sweatpants or t-shirts and jeans. And she's like, can we bring back the feminine side of you?
We're just gonna have to get some women shirts.
Well, that shirt you're wearing, in my opinion, is pretty feminine.
Thank
I'm
you.
just saying.
Okay.
It
You
does
It's an
not.
excuse to go shopping.
Well, she wants me to wear dresses again. I'm like, honey, the getting in and out of the van constantly is not a dress-friendly environment. I mean, I could see me falling out the door. at the
I
van.
think she just wants to see you wearing like low cut shirts and that kind of
She
thing.
does,
She's
but-
like, I want you in one of those tank tops that say ladies talk.
Well, and I told her I can't wear stuff like that when I'm in the studio with the guys,
Yeah.
because the topics just don't go as they should.
Because the guys can't think with the
Because
right
the guys
head.
can't think right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yep.
I'm excited about tonight, and we've got a very special guest. Welcome,
Yay.
welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go ahead and let our guest go first and tell us about your organization and who you are and what you do and what you've got coming up.
Wonderful. My name is Cherie Raymore. I am a lifelong educator. I've taught in Florida as well as Georgia. I actually taught here in Rockdale County for 8 years. And I was an instructional coach for 3 years. And I started working for the state as a system testing coordinator. And I had to pause. And I realized that I wasn't fulfilling my purpose. And so while I was making, quite a bit of money, I wasn't in love with what I did. I felt like I was going to work. And I said, it's time for me to go back to my first love, which is children, and helping to mold children, because I do feel like that was my purpose for being here. And I created an organization called Leading Ladies of Atlanta. And what we do is work with girls to encourage, inspire, and empower. And those 3 words encompass all the activities that we do. The reason why we do it is to help girls to be successful in every area of their lives. And we encourage them through self-esteem, self-image development. We work on showing them who they are, loving who they are, and knowing that my gift is different than anyone else's gift. And I don't need to be envious of you. I don't need to be envious of you. We all have gifts and talents, and we're not the same. We don't look the same. We don't act the same. But when we come together, we're a mighty force. And what I find in girls is oftentimes it's too much competition. And oftentimes my husband's like, oh, you guys are so emotional. You catty, you argue. And I'm like, why does it have to be that way? And I think that because we're not comfortable with who we are, we don't feel safe being around other women. We feel intimidated. We feel threatened. So let me talk about how you look, or let me, say something not so nice about you to make me feel better. And so we work on that. The total girl, like, who are you? Why are you here? What's your purpose? And showing them that who they are is who God created them to be, and love who you are. And it's okay. And we really heavily focus a lot on image and media.
That's a big one.
Social
That's a big
media
one.
is like their life.
Yes.
And what they don't understand is, the media on TV, all these shows and pictures and magazines and, social media, and their friends are posing for these pictures and they look like this, or these celebrities are posing for pictures and they look like this. They pay for those bodies. That's not how they look. Or those photos are photoshopped.
Yes.
And when they see that, they're like, wow, that's not who they are. And so just showing them that they are real people, and they don't look like that. I mean, if they do, they paid for it. Like, I want to have these. I want to,
Right.
slim this down here.
Suck this out
Suck
there.
this
Yeah.
out, And so we really, really focus on the media and branding, which is what I told Scotty, because what we try to show them is that they're their own brand. Like, when you put a picture out there, or when you put a statement out there, that represents you.
Right.
And just that branding piece is huge, because once you put a picture out there, it never goes away.
It's always there.
It's always there. And they feel like, okay, I'm 15. If I send this or text this picture, or, I post this on Instagram, it's on the web. It's gone. Like, you don't own it. If I Google your name, it's going to
there.
pop up.
Right.
And that follows you. So when you're in your 20s, after you graduate, or you figure out what it is that you want to do, and then somebody does a search for you,
It's going to show.
it shows up.
That's right.
So we really work hard on trying to instill that in them, that you want to represent your brand as best you can, because you are a brand. And so, and then of course we inspire them through, different programs, and bringing women in front of them to share their stories, to share what they've gone through, because everyone has a journey.
Mhm.
And how you got to your journey is different than how I got to mine, but it's okay. And just having them to be able to share that and know it's okay if you make a couple of mistakes along the way. If you fall down, get back up.
Right. Just keep going.
Keep going.
Right.
Just having that resilience, and I don't see that in them as much as, you know, we did. I'm almost 40, so it's kind of like when we fell down, boom, we got back up. You fall on your bike, you get back up, you keep going.
Right.
You know, you make a mistake, you know, you keep going, and they just for some reason don't have that, and I try to make sure that we work with them on that, just persevering through whatever you go through. And empowering them through financial literacy is really huge, because what I found is that once they've been taught financial literacy, they make better financial decisions. And that's not something that's unfortunately taught in schools, and I just feel like it should be because it's important. I remember when I was in school, we learned how to, you know, sign our name, signature, write a check, et cetera, and you know,
Right.
they balance a checkbook. You know, I mean,
That's unheard of.
it's
today.
right.
Yeah.
Like
We don't even teach cursive anymore.
no, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They don't even know how to sign. Like
Yeah.
what? So so just a plethora of things we work with them on, trying to expose them to different activities. I actually met with a gentleman today. We're trying to get them involved in ballroom dancing, golf lessons, equestrian. I mean, just whatever you want to do, it's okay, and we can help you figure out what it is that
Mhm.
you know you want to do.
I love that. You know, I
Thank
have
you.
a hashtag saying is real women empower each other.
That's right.
And I firmly believe that. And you've got an event coming up this weekend.
I do. So it's our annual meet and greet. It's happening this Saturday at the Courtyard Marriott in Conyers, over by the Home Depot.
I didn't even know we had a Marriott in Conyers.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's there.
Courtyard, yeah. It's
Wow.
new.
It's
maybe-
right by the
Speaking of
IHOP.
Marriott
IHOP.
earlier.
Yeah, it's right by the IHOP.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it'll be there from 1 to 3, and it's open to the public. It's free, just for girls and their parents to come out and, you know, hear about what it is that we're doing in the community and trying to hopefully transform the lives of women before they get 18, and then they're just like stuck. Like, okay, what do I do now?
I
So
love
starting
it.
them early.
Okay. Awesome.
We need that. I mean, the teenage girls in the community need it because, of course, you can learn the basics in school, but that kind of stuff they are not taught.
Life skills.
Yeah,
Exactly.
skills,
and in
exactly.
today's world with the internet and everything that surrounds them,
Right.
that right there will get them further
Right.
than or just as far as a good education. I shouldn't say that it circums an education, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
right.
very important.
Right.
Well, you know, and financial literacy with women is so huge because I was a police wife for 15 years and we lost a number of officers in the line of duty. And I would go sit with with the widows. And it blew my mind how many women didn't know how to balance the checkbook.
Right.
They didn't know where the money was. You know,
Right.
they didn't know what bills needed to be paid. They didn't know what life insurance policies they had. I'm like,
Right.
how could you be married to this person and not know how do you just,
Right.
how do you function?
Right. Right.
I mean,
They
it's just
depend on
The
their
man.
husband.
the man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it blew my mind. It's like, how do you function?
Right.
So what you're doing is so critical and so important. I think Crystal's already got it on the ladies talk page.
Okay.
You rock, girl.
I'm going to go ahead and share the link that now I did put on there that this weekend you're going to be conducting a seminar for more information, but I missed the date and the time.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
I'll have to get
It's-
that from you.
Okay. It's this Saturday from
Okay.
1 to 3.
Okay. And is this a free seminar?
It's free.
Okay, it's just for information because you'd be surprised how many people are looking for stuff like this. I mean, I wish
Exactly.
that whenever my girls were a little bit younger that I'd have had something that I could have said because they'll listen to people in
other
a group
people.
like this a lot
Exactly.
better than they do mom.
Exactly. And that's what I
Without
was
a doubt.
telling Scotty and the commissioner, that oftentimes they'll share things with me, and like I tell my parents, whatever they share with me, unless it's life threatening, I just want to keep that confidant. Like I
Right.
want to be able to have for them to have someone to be able to turn to. Okay, I'm afraid to talk to mom. I don't know if I could talk to dad. Nobody around me I can trust with this information. So I want them to be able to have someone that they can trust with information, because it's important, especially when it comes to self-esteem, what people are saying, how they're making them feel, and that confidence comes
Mhm.
out once they get rid of all that negativity that comes at them.
It's my daughter went to Memorial here
Mm-hmm.
and talking about confidence and middle school breaking a child
Yes.
down.
Yes.
I mean, bullying is on a whole nother level in this
my
county.
goodness. My goodness.
Yeah.
My son is in 8th grade at Memorial right now. And even for boys, like it's just, it's amazing the things, how cruel kids are. And I said, they're either talking about you for two reasons or just they're jealous of you,
Mhm.
Or they don't like
or they
you.
don't like you. And
Right.
so what? It's
Mhm.
okay.
Right.
But
And
they don't look at that though. They don't see the big picture.
They don't.
No,
They
they
want
don't.
friends. They want to feel accepted. And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And acceptance is so hard. Really at all ages,
Mhm.
but for teenage girls, it's overwhelming.
Right.
I mean, they're
It
going
is.
through so much
Right.
already. Just they're changing, and
Right.
I couldn't imagine being a teenager today.
Well, that's why the character that I play in the morning is the doc. I'm the nerdy, goofy, geeky one
Mhm.
because I want girls to know, because we're on YouTube. So I know that teenagers surf YouTube a lot.
Right.
And I want them to realize that you don't have to dumb down
Exactly.
to fit in. It's
Exactly.
okay to be nerdy, geeky, goofy,
Exactly.
all of that, because, that's really who you are sometimes.
Right.
And it's okay to be that way.
But then you think about the success too, of people who are nerdy. Because my son, is an honor roll student, and they'll call him a nerd or a geek. That's okay. I told him that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
those people who are calling you a nerd and a geek, what are their grades like?
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
when
what's
you're
to
making
say-
6 figures,
Right. What's to say when he gets older?
There we
they
go.
won't need
there,
help.
and that's what I said. I said, when you're making 6 figures and, doing what it is that you want to do, because he wants to be an aerospace engineer, I'm like, then they'll be back and like, wow, this guy.
There's
Made
no
something
doubt.
out of
I look
himself.
at guys now like we went to school with, and they were not the cool guys. Well,
Right.
they're the cool guys. Now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The
Definitely
nerds
the
are
cool
the cool
guys.
guys
Yeah.
now.
Nerds are the cool
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Right. And those guys that we all thought were hot, the ones that made it.
They're doing nothing now.
Well,
Right.
most of them are in prison.
Right. Right. You're like, okay.
Yeah. Mhm. And same thing for the girls, though.
Right.
I mean, really, you think about those girls that were at the top of their, as far as popularity goes.
Exactly.
The popular girls, the pretty ones, the ones we all wanted to be like,
Right.
and sit back and go, dang, she's gorgeous. Well,
Right.
not so much anymore.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
I love seeing some of them now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I love Facebook. I love it when people come to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you own your own radio network and you're an on-air radio personality." I was like, "Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's what I do."
Right.
Scotty, you're like this. I can see the hot chicks coming in the store because I've lived in this one town, in Covington all of my life, and I see a lot of the same people I went to school with, and yeah, they're all blown up and everything, and I'm like, haha, I'm married to the hot DJ and stuff.
Right.
Haha, y'all made fun of me in school.
Right,
'Cause I
right.
was the redheaded, freckle faced. I mean, I'm telling you, if you knew my life growing up, gosh, I don't even know how I made it, but I did. So.
Right.
And it made me who I am, so I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
So to all those teenagers and the people that have daughters that are out there struggling, just remind them that we were all there at some point.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
And there are even some women that are still there now because,
Right.
and I see it so much on social media. When women start tearing each other down, I'm like, oh, bless your heart. You never got through the middle school stage,
Exactly.
did
Yeah.
you?
Exactly.
they're a disgrace. And guys do it too, though.
They do.
They really do.
Yes.
They do. I mean, it's just a little bit different than us females do because I think one's trying to be prettier than the other, or skinnier, or more money, or marry the richest guy, or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And you got the guys that are wanting to make the most money, have the trophy wife, and all this stuff. But the really good guys are the ones that are just themselves,
Exactly.
Yes.
and the really good women are those that accept them as themselves,
As themselves.
Exactly.
or help to
Yeah.
make them be better.
Right.
Well, look, let me share this right quick. I just got a text from a friend of mine, and he says, "Did I just get a compliment?" He said, "I love that statement. It's been obvious for years that girls like the guys that will never amount to anything.
Right.
However, they can talk the good game."
That's
That's
so true.
right.
That's
So-
true. Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
right. That's right.
And that's
They're
all they do is
smooth.
talk. They're very smooth, and it's amazing how they attract the prettiest girls, the most popular girls, and then you look and you're like, what do you see in him?
Right.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have the gift of gab, I guess.
Wow. This is, I love this. I love our show. And I forgot to start our timer, Crystal. I'm so sorry.
I know. I called it. It's okay. I moved us up a little bit. So
Okay.
we've got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and we'll go pay some bills.
Okay. We'll use some of those good skills that we have.
Right.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So I'm excited. We've got some good stuff in this county that's really coming together, because
Yes.
I remember when I first came here, I've been here since 2009. And, when I was looking for stuff like this for my daughter, because we came from Coweta County,
Mhm.
which has stuff like this on every corner.
Right.
And, and then I get here and I'm like, okay, what Twilight Zone did I fall into?
Right.
And
Right. Right.
and sometimes I still have those what Twilight Zone did I fall into moments.
Right.
But
For whatever reason,
For
that's
what-
why you're here.
well, and honestly, I for a long time I kept saying, I just got to make it one more year, and then I can put the house on the market and sell it. I just got to make it one more year. And now I'm like, you know what? This is home. That I'm not going to put my house on the market. I've got ties here now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, my daughter's 17. So she doesn't, something like this would have benefited her.
Right.
But she's at the age where it's like, we made it through that.
Right.
But then I've got my Zay,
Right.
Crystal's granddaughter. And, Zay is going to grow up in a very different world.
Exactly.
And I don't want this county to do to Zay what I've seen them do to so many of our other young ladies.
Right.
And I'm thankful for an organization like yours coming
Thank
in
you.
and stepping up to the plate.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you could have kept making the big bucks.
I could have.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was going to work. And I
Yes.
never I've heard people say that,
Mhm.
and I never experienced it until I experienced it.
Yes, it's one
And
of those things you have to
you
live.
have- yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they said they're going to work. And I never experienced it until I got where I thought I wanted to be. And I was
Mhm.
like, wait a minute, this is not where I want to be.
That was like me. I became the dean of graduate studies at 34 years old.
Mhm.
And everybody was like, oh my God, I would love to be a professor. I want to be a dean. And I'm like,
Right.
why?
Right. Right.
Why do you want to deal with 300 adults who have advanced degrees who can't find their way out of a box?
Right. Right.
Because I didn't tell them to come out the box.
And I think
Huh?
that's why I like dealing with girls, because they're still moldable.
Yes.
And you can, instill so much in them, and they listen. And it's kind of like, once you get to a certain age, you're like, I told you to do it this way. You still want to do it this way. And I'm like, you're an adult. Like,
Yes. You're an adult. Grow
Bob,
up.
listen. But so that's the frustrating part in dealing with adults sometimes. And so I was like, let me just help mold these girls so that they don't become the adults that are like, they don't have it together.
Are
You
you
know?
what
actually
you're doing
involved?
is fabulous, y'all. We're going to sneak off to a commercial, but we're going to pick up right where we left off as soon as we get back. Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Who wants a cupcake? Because my cupcakes are melting.
I'll take a purple one.
They're melting.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Crystal, you
got
want a
paper towels?
cupcake?
Not right this second, but I will. Though.
Zach, do you want a cupcake?
Sure.
Zach says sure. Of course I will.
I have
Tyrannosaurus Rex. No, Ewok.
I have Ewok arms.
Ewok.
Have a cupcake with us.
Sure.
Are you going to hang out the whole time? Are you going to boogie out, or what's your plan?
There's
You just stay. You can stay as
What
long
time is the
as you
show?
want to.
It's over at 9?
It's over.
It's over at 9.
Okay. I'll hang out until
We started trying to do it until 8:30,
Uh-huh.
but you know
Thank
what?
you.
That didn't work out so well.
Really?
Because we
Oh, wait,
would
Abby,
always
grab
end
that
up
door
being till
behind you.
9.
Because otherwise we'll have
And
an
all of our
echo.
other shows are going till 9 or 9:30, and they're trying to show us up. So we're like, heck, we got to stay till 9 now.
Well,
we
when
have-
Scandal comes on, we got to
Oh,
figure out
God.
something.
yes.
Because
Oh, I can
Look.
watch that.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, when I say Erin
Me too.
nailed this commercial, she did so good.
Erin
on
did
this
an awesome job.
commercial.
I love Erin.
Everybody remember we're still live on camera.
I'm glad
Say
that
it. Not
this
that we
now
had
has
to
to
say
be like a
anything.
reminder.
No, Scotty
Knows
has to do
that.
it a lot, and I got in trouble because I haven't been doing it. Not that I got in trouble. I was just like school, like Crystal, don't forget the camera's still running even when you're on break. I'm like, okay.
It feels so weird not having Scotty come running down the stairs.
It feels so weird not having Scotty here. Period. Like he hasn't texted, he hasn't done nothing
Where's Zay?
in the bed.
Already? I didn't get to kiss her. I didn't get to hug her.
You didn't get here as early as you normally do. She'll be awake. Don't worry.
I didn't get my Zay
She was so
time.
tired though, and she ate really good. So I was like, heck yeah.
You keep saying that she's really tired.
Yeah, when you pick her up from daycare. Oh,
Really?
she is. Yes.
Oh,
She's
all
just
the
like
different
ready to nap.
activities, yeah.
On the way home, she's rubbing her eyes. And she's so by the time you get her in, she is just like
she's like, I need a
she's
nap.
ready for a nap because they take a nap at about 11 o'clock. You think we're not picking her up till 5:30?
She's tired, yeah.
She's tired.
She's tired.
Yeah, and they done been outside and they do all the stuff. Yeah, she's like
I can't wait to do stuff with Zay.
she's pretty cool. She's a good kid, no doubt. I was already showing her some of her little sight word cards while she was
Really?
eating. Yeah,
That's awesome.
snake.
Yeah, my goal is to have Zay reading by the time she's 3. So serious. I mean, sight words are just memorization.
Mhm. If they can memorize that, then
She's already doing really good.
Thank you. If kids can memorize a song, they can memorize some sight words.
I just seen your text. You had to buy your own cake. Y'all are celebrating tomorrow. I just have to do without a cake, which, most of the time I do
Yeah,
without
but
a
with my mom,
I turned 40 and we didn't celebrate or do anything.
See, I really hadn't planned on celebrating, and my mom started. Time I walked in the door, and I'm like, it was one of those where I'm going, I came home for this. I was like, okay. And she's like, and she doesn't say it directly. She goes, it would just be so nice if we had a cake and we could go over to the assisted living and your dad, we could sing happy birthday to you. And I was like, okay. So I go lay down and I get back up. She's like, it would be so nice. I'm like, Mama, do you want to get a cake? Well, if you want to.
Well, since you insist,
telling you what
right?
to do.
If you insist.
So then my wife says to me, she goes, she's been talking about that cake all day long. I was like, and you wonder why I stay at the studio all the time.
It's great you have your mom there with you, though.
Sometimes it is. I love her dearly, but Mama's had to go through some growing pains.
So whenever we go back on air, me and the doc was talking earlier about our rewind. We'll start rewinding from last week's show and then go backwards from there. Does that sound like a plan? Yeah. Or we want to tell Zach's good news?
Yes, he needs to talk about his good news.
Yes. He's like got so much good news that he's overwhelmed. Kind of good news.
Really?
Mhm.
No, I'm not.
Only
gonna be
thing
your
is, I'm
surrogate.
gonna have to get like
Girl, I
a.
don't want no child right now.
I just said right
Last
now
thing.
that means there's a
Girl.
possibility.
That means there's
right?
a possibility.
Maybe one day when I'm about on my deathbed.
Really?
No.
It can't be. Are you 30 yet? You're
By
not
the time
30
I
yet.
catch up
No,
with
he's like
everything.
24.
Oh, wow.
He's a baby.
You got time. You can have mine, and then you'll change your mind.
All right. Hello.
I don't
got
want
a
nobody else's.
Zaylee.
Because I don't even know if I need to be a father. Because nowadays
I
I
think-
couldn't do
But
it.
it's different. And of course, you need a little girl.
Mhm.
So.
No, I don't want a girl.
Really?
I don't. I'm
I
not
love
doing
girls,
hair
and I have
every
3
morning.
sons.
I'm not
but I
going grocery
just-
shopping.
Yeah, 3
Girl,
boys.
3
Be
boys.
glad.
Right. That's what. But what I'm saying is that's why I love
Yeah.
working with girls.
Oh yeah.
Because they go
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls
Woo,
are.
and their moms are like, talk to her about this. Talk to her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
But
just be glad you can send
When
them home.
I was a resource officer,
Mhm.
the first girl that I ran into,
Mhm.
she was getting picked on about her dreads. And how about one day I stand in the cafeteria minding my own business. She takes her lunch tray and flings it across
What?
the cafeteria. Oh yeah. And then
Wow.
to the principal, who was like a 6'5", 200 and some odd pound guy, was gonna go toe to toe with him.
What?
Mhm. I never put my hands on her, even though she was bigger than me.
Right.
Boy, love.
She and I were best friends after that.
Wow.
Mhm.
Girls.
Yeah, it would be much
So
better to work
innocent.
with someone else's kids than have
Right,
to.
right.
I'm just saying, girls, I love mine, but yeah,
They're a handful.
yes, they are a handful. Without a doubt.
All right, are we back? We are back.
Yes, ma'am, we're back.
All right, so it's rewind time.
Rewind time. But before we go into rewind time, I wonder if we could get Zach to talk to us a little bit about his upcoming ventures. I'm really, really happy for him, especially the Rock Your Hair, because it's been a passion for a long time. So
All right. So if you've listened before, you already know that I got a big opportunity when I went to the Orlando Hair Show to take a class with Rock Your Hair, which basically teaches you their techniques and everything. And then it helps me to become a platform artist with them. So yesterday, me and one of the girls I work with, we were at the Braves game, and I actually got a phone call from Rock Your Hair. And I was thinking it was probably something to do, you know, with the trip, making sure everything's ready. Well, it was more than that. They've asked me to actually go to Orlando right when I get back from the class in California to go and do a educator's class and I'll be down there for like 4 or 5 days. So this is kind of a big deal for me because I was thinking, you know, I'm going to Cali. I'm going to have to really, really like impress them because being a platform artist, it takes a lot of work and you have to have a lot of confidence to get up there. So it was just really overwhelming for me yesterday. And I was just like, okay, this is great. Traveling a lot, taking a whole week off of work. I really don't know what I'm going to do, but you know, it's what I want to do. And I've always had the passion to be a platform artist and an educator and everything like that. So this morning I applied for this class. I saw it on Facebook and did my research and everything, but it's with Sam McKnight, who is the editorial hair artist for like Vogue magazine, Fashion magazine, different high-end magazines and everything, and he does a lot of the hair for the covers. Well, they're doing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for selected individuals to take this class. It's done all online. You build a portfolio and all of that stuff. And so I applied to it, and there's thousands and thousands who have applied to this. And this morning, finally, I got an email back from them, and they have accepted me in.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm not
Thank
sure what I'm
you.
going to do without my hairdresser, though.
No, I'll still be here.
You're not just my
Gosh.
hairdresser, though. He's like
He's
my best
he's
friend.
Zach.
Right.
You have to be here on Thursday, so we need to make sure.
Well, that Thursday I won't be here, but we'll have a lot to talk
I'm
about.
just
next
kidding.
week.
Yeah,
We can conference you in. We'll Skype you in.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
FaceTime.
we,
'Cause
we'll
I think I
we'll
would be down.
FaceTime you in.
Yeah, I can call in.
There you go.
Like I'm really excited though. It's just very overwhelming because it's so much coming at me at one time and trying to juggle everything and plus juggling everyday life and work. It's a lot. And also today we got approval. Me and Holly Cripps, who is she runs a nonprofit organization, We Ride to Provide, which helps for fallen canine dogs and everything like that. And we've actually come up with this great idea. It's going to take place November 14th around 1 or 2 o'clock at the Porterdale Gym. We're actually doing a fashion show that is going to be, it's a big fundraiser basically for We Ride to Provide, but we're actually having dogs that are brought in from an animal shelter, and they're going to be walking with our models. And my sister's closet is giving us clothes for the benefit. Ravish Hair Gallery is doing hair and makeup. And basically at the end of the night, you can adopt these dogs, and it's called Home for the Holidays. So definitely to get that approval was awesome.
That was huge.
So we really want everybody to come out for that. Just stay tuned as more details will be given later in time.
And of
So-
course, you know, we will back you, promote you, whatever we have to do. You've got full
Yay.
access to my network as well,
Oh, awesome.
and as well as Just for Fun Radio. So you've got 2 media outlets right there. I'll write the press release for you.
Oh, you're the best. What would I do without you?
Oh my God, I'm so happy. I mean,
Thank you.
literally 2 weekends ago, we were standing in the driveway here and you were talking about doing this. I love how you manifest things in your life. I love this.
Hey, if I want
That's
it, I'm
right.
going
You
to get
speak it.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
I'm proud of you, Zach.
Thank you so much.
I'm so
I'm
proud.
excited.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kind of proud of you too.
Kind of.
Kind of.
You look,
Kind of.
Crystal's just worried about her hair. She's
Right.
kind of proud for selfish reasons.
Right.
He
That's
knows
okay.
that I support him 100%. I push him, and sometimes I think he probably gets tired of me pushing him. But
No, because if
at
it
the
wasn't
same
for you, I
time,
wouldn't be where I am.
it's like
Honestly.
he doubts himself as we all do at times, and I'm like, there is no doubt in my mind that he's going to be able to do this. The whole Rock Your Hair, whenever he first went out there and he came back and he was so excited, and he was like, gosh, what I would give to be a part of that. Well, you just said it.
Right.
So now
Right.
you got to
There we
make it
go.
happen. And now he's
That's
a
those
part of it.
affirmations.
That's
You
pretty
put it out
amazing.
there.
Exactly.
Well, we had an amazing day too, Crystal.
We did have an amazing day.
We landed the first auto dealership sponsorship for Just for Fun Radio.
Wow.
And we also landed, can I say it, Crystal?
I think it's safe to say it.
Okay. we have landed an exclusive sponsor. Faulkner Services is going to be the exclusive featured sponsor for every single ladies talk show from now until the day that we die. What is going on?
Hold on, something happened. I don't even know what happened. I haven't touched anything, but somehow or another, whenever we were talking, we completely went away, and we don't know where it ended.
Oh my gosh.
Holly says, "Oh my gosh, the same song keeps playing and playing." We are so sorry. I promise I have not touched anything.
Holly, are we back?
I think that's our friend that lives here with us, because I promise I have not touched this over here. We should be back. It's saying that we're back. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to everybody who's listening. I'm sure we dropped some listeners, although I hope not. I hope y'all were just patient with us, but I have not touched that, so that's kind of weird.
Okay, so I know Denise is listening. Denise, are we back live? Text yes or no?
Oh man, does that mean that we missed all the good
news.
stuff?
We're back.
We're back.
Okay, thank you, Holly.
Well, I don't know what everybody missed. I hope everybody's watching YouTube. If not, go watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to go.
We were talking about how awesome it is that Zach has been picked up on.
We'll give them a recap. We'll do a summary recap.
We will
on the Facebook page.
Yes, very sorry about that. Just dang.
We didn't bump anything.
I haven't
Scotty,
even touched that.
Crystal just looked at it.
I probably. I don't know.
we didn't do it this time.
Let me take this arrow off of that button just in case that had something to do with it.
Yeah, don't put no arrows nowhere, girl. Because
really sorry about that.
It's
Oops.
okay. It's okay.
Malfunction.
Really, it's okay.
At least Holly let us know. Haven't got any text from anybody else saying.
Well, thank God for Holly.
Scotty, see there, if Scotty would have been here,
he would have been all over it. Yeah.
He would have been like, "Hey," and I would have been like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Well, don't let him hear that.
No, he's
okay. Denise said we're back.
He's all up in
Bike
he's
night.
doing bike night at Harley tonight. So, but Denise did announce, or the doc, did announce that we landed our first car dealership today.
Yeah, so that was huge. You know, when I came, because I came from owning my own podcast network, and one of the hardest things that I always struggled with was getting sponsors. And when I came over with Scotty, and Scotty talked to me about wanting me to go out and talk to people about ladies talk, and I was like, well, I'm not doing it by myself unless I can have Crystal go with me. And so he was like, okay, well, Crystal will go with you. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I had like a list of 7 key industries that I wanted, and securing a car dealership was one of my number ones. So it was like literally this one landed in our lap, and I was so excited. So thank you, Dee and Exclusive Automotive Group, for being our very first automotive
and the
dealership.
thing I think that made us really excited about the Exclusive Automotive is that Dee helped to start up and found this dealership, and her being I cannot wait to hear her story.
Her story is phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's a very empowering female, and
wow.
she's doing a business here in Rockdale County. So the fact that it's here in Conyers, and
yes.
she's in a man's world, what she's doing.
Right.
So it's pretty, just listening to her, talk to her. We're looking forward. I'm just glad to have them on board as partners.
Yeah,
so.
she's actually going to be here with us next week.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that. And then Faulkner Services, Scotty likes to pick one business in each industry. And I said, I want one corporate business in each industry.
Right.
And Scotty was like, I don't know, Doc. And I was like, just let me try.
Right.
The only thing they can tell me is no.
Exactly.
So I'm excited that we have a commercial roofing company, Faulkner Services, they're our exclusive sponsor. They're going to sponsor every single ladies night show for us. And, that's huge because Ladies Talk consumes the most resources for the radio station. We get the most downloads. We have the most interaction. We flush the most toilets. We use the most toilet tissue. Scotty
Pay the
tells
most bills.
Yeah, Scotty reminds me every day of how much water we use on Ladies Talk. I'm like, okay, what do you do? Stand up there with like a measure?
He probably does.
Right.
Nobody
How does he know
probably
that? That's what I'm thinking. Like, how does he know that?
Yeah, he probably does.
Interesting.
And so I told him, I was like, well, now we pay the water bill now, so we can stand in the toilet and flush all day if we want to.
And he's already talking about getting a different toilet to go downstairs. 'Cause
Yes.
This one, he says, uses way too much water.
Wow.
And then he's like, and then if we ever move the studio, we'll just take the, I don't know, water saving toilet to the upstairs.
Wow.
Take it upstairs because he's
toilet.
like, that thing's getting flushed a lot now, which, you don't realize how much water a toilet uses, but it does. So,
It does,
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're excited about
Only a
that.
man would think
you
about that. Like,
Let me tell you, Scotty is the kind of guy. I mean, he thinks a lot differently, no doubt. But sometimes some of the things he comes up with, I'm like, really, Scotty? And I don't know. But in the end, it does make sense. I mean, he's just got his own way of going about things. But he taught me a lot about saving money whenever it comes to electricity because he was a certified electrician at one time. And so he definitely has taught us money. I mean, taught me things about how to save money on that kind of stuff. So he's on point because our water bill, and I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, I mean, our water bill has almost doubled.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes. And we don't our teenage girls no longer live here anymore. They're grown. They're gone. It's just me and Scotty and Zaylee. And then we have the show that runs basically 5 days a week.
right.
And
Mhm.
3 days a week now, it's basically running almost all day because he's down here, he's working and he's, doing everything in the studio in between shows.
Mhm.
And then there's the night shows.
Right.
Right.
And it's all good. We want everybody to feel okay about flushing the toilet.
Right. Right.
Apparently
You
there
don't have to
are
hold it.
no, there are water saving toilets and they
Have
use
call. We
a
got
percentage of the water. This is from Guatemala. Y'all ready for this?
Okay.
phone. Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
You are live. This is Ladies Talk. Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Hi, you're live on Just for Fun Radio. This is Ladies Talk.
Oh, wow.
Now Scotty is calling.
hey, all I did was check the app, and as soon as I checked to say, okay, my girls got the show going, I hear you making comments about my water-saving toilet.
You're not
just
supposed
letting
to
you
be
know.
listening. I'm just
I
kidding.
want you to know that because of all the vaginas that have been in the house lately,
Oh,
My
wow.
God.
toilet flushes more than it ever did because us men will flush like after 3 peas,
Right.
and y'all want to flush
That
after
is so
1
true.
pee. So due to
Wow.
this situation, I have to put a water-saving toilet in my house. So
Wow.
y'all get back to talking about me and my water-saving toilet.
It's all good.
But
babe.
but I do want to say happy birthday to Doc, and also congratulations for your one successful month of the radio station's Ladies Talk. So
Thank you.
there you go.
Thank you, Scotty. I love you.
Thank you,
All right,
babe.
well, keep it on the DL, man. I thought we learned that new word today.
Apparently.
I got to
not.
get back to work.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right, bye.
That's awesome. So Steve just messaged and said, Steve Hill, him and his daughter Erin do the Electric High shows, and apparently he's listening. And at first he said, "Are y'all eating?" And I'm like, "No," because I was thinking maybe he heard us like smacking in the mic or something. And I'm like, "No," and he was like, "Oh, okay," because I seen the girl on the right licking her fingers. He's talking about Abby, I'm sure.
Oh, I was messing with the ice.
Wow.
I was like, "Oh, okay, we did have cupcakes for Doc's birthday."
Right.
Well, then he says that he was listening to the whole toilet stuff, and he's like, "So we have to start paying by the flush?" Question mark.
Right. That's what
Just
I was
please put a
thinking.
dollar
Put a
on the
dollar.
back.
Put a
on
dollar.
quarter. Drop a quarter.
Start
in.
charging per flush.
Right. Wow.
That is pretty awesome. But they had a really, really good show last night too.
They had an incredible show. Benny and I were listening to it, and I love Erin. And if I don't know if you've ever heard of the Erin Hill Band.
I haven't.
If you have not seen or listened to anything that this young woman's done, she's kind of like a young version of Joan Jett.
Yeah, Scotty calls her his little Joan Jett.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's incredible. I mean, and to see her live in performance.
Oh, her energy.
Her
And I mean,
energy.
we went last Friday to see her, and I'm telling you, she was like I don't even know, like a cross between Tina Turner and Joan Jett and Erin Hill.
Yes.
I mean, she
yeah.
was really, really good. I mean, she was so entertaining. Like she was out there, like she was getting all the guys and ladies to sing with her, and she was just tearing it up.
Yeah, she
She was
oh my
terrific.
God, she was incredible. I can't wait to go to her next show.
And they have been so passionate about their show. Last night they had Laughlin, which is a really good country artist.
Mhm.
It was a male and a female, husband
Yes,
and wife,
husband
right?
and wife. Mhm.
They were in here and they were really, really good.
Wow.
And then in September they've got Michelle Malone going to
Oh,
be
I
here. I
can't
think it's like
wait.
Wow.
September the 28th. So
It's the 30th. Is it the 30th or the
maybe
28th? Yeah.
it's the last week in
Yeah.
September for the.
I'm excited about that.
That's
So
going to be
excited.
really, really good. She's kind of got that Melissa Etheridge thing going on. So the doc.
Melissa, if you're listening, you can go ahead and call me now for my birthday and tell me happy birthday.
But yeah, we've got such a great crew here at Just for Fun Radio. We could talk about that probably all night, but let me see how much longer we got.
Well, and I got a shout out to Crystal today. So, the way that most people know how I met Scotty, and it was rescuing a dog on Old Salem on this road out here on Underwood. There was a dog that had jumped out of a car at Salem High School, and the people were trying to catch it. And so I just pulled my car out of the carpool line and started a rolling barricade down Underwood to keep the dog safe.
Mhm.
And I'm yelling for the dog, and all these cars are, because, this road, the cars fly.
They fly, right.
And I was like, oh my God, this dog is going to get hit. This dog is going to get hit. So I'm driving like 2 miles an hour so that the people behind me don't
fly and
hit him.
Mhm.
And, because I'm driving so slow, the other cars are slowing down because they don't know why I'm driving so slow.
Right. They're
And-
probably
yeah.
keeping their horn. Like, if you don't move,
We're gonna pass you.
We're going to pass you. Yeah. So, this dog is running, and Scotty just happens to be walking out of his house at the perfect time. And, I've got the window down. I'm yelling for the dog, and Scotty just walks over to the dog, scoops the dog up, and goes, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Oh my God, yes, thank you." So, so Crystal and I today were driving down the same road, and a little Chihuahua runs out in front of the road. So I slow down, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And so Crystal's doing something on her phone. I'm like, "Crystal, get the dog!" And Crystal opens the door, and she's about to jump out of the car to get the
It
dog.
was
my
I mean,
God.
there were cars everywhere, and this is a little Chihuahua, so
Yeah.
it was
Right.
like this dog's getting ready to get run over.
right.
So I'm like, "Crystal, get the dog," because I'm in my mind, I'm not thinking that this might be somebody's dog. In my mind, I'm thinking, save the dog.
Right.
And so the moment that Crystal opens the car door, this big, burly looking black guy opens his house door. And Crystal's like, "Doc, what do you want me to do?" She's like, "Just because this is how you met your white man does not mean this is how I want to meet the black man."
And that man was looking at us like, I know y'all not getting ready to
What?
steal my dog.
I was just about to say, was that his dog? Wow.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
his
it
dog.
was his
Okay.
dog.
But
Yeah.
I think what happened is he didn't know that his dog had ran
Gotten
out.
Okay.
And, I guess he was watching through the window and he saw the door open. And, it was like, I'm going, oh my God, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, we could have got shot
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to save a dog.
Save
Yeah,
the
I don't
dog.
think he was as welcoming to me as Scotty was
Was-
to you.
yeah.
I don't
Wow.
understand. He was like, "Girl, you touch that dog, I'll take you out."
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that was almost bad.
Yeah, but it was funny though, because, I was thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, Crystal, get the dog.
We got a happy birthday coming from Rich Archer to the doc.
Oh, thank you, Rich.
Yeah, he
Thank
says, "Happy
you."
birthday, Doc."
I'm
You know,
excited.
you are you've really touched a lot of people in the Just for Fun community and everything. So I have a feeling your birthday is going to be pretty special this year. So hang in there.
That will be so cool. I have not celebrated my birthday since my 21st birthday.
Wow.
And I think I stopped celebrating birthdays because I was married, and I was married to someone who we didn't get along.
Mhm.
And
You
so,
should still celebrate your life, or we.
yeah,
Yeah.
but when you have to do it by yourself, it's just not that much fun.
Mhm.
So, I was like, yeah, but my dad really always celebrated my birthday. If nobody else got me flowers, I knew that my daddy was going to have flowers for me.
Mhm.
So for the past like 7 or 8 years since he's had Alzheimer's, I haven't gotten flowers for my birthday. So I'm just like, it's no big deal. But now I'm married to an incredible woman, and last year for my birthday, she took me to a historic hotel in Oklahoma. So this year she's like, well, we can't go away. I was like, I can't leave the radio show. I was like, so and
is this the expensive hotel or was this the $60 hotel?
this was a $300 a night hotel.
Good
Okay.
Lord. Hey, Benny,
That's why I was like,
I'll be your
okay.
side chick.
Okay.
And I mean, she did.
Scotty's like, hey, we're going to stay in the bus.
Right. Right. We'll pull up in front of the hotel.
Yeah.
We hope
and
the
we can
air
check
works.
in.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We'll let you check in from the hotel.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah, that's all right. That's funny.
But
right
yeah, I
there.
mean, Benny does incredible birthdays for me, and so I'm excited. I'm excited to have a radio family. You know, the way that this community, the Just for Fun radio family, has accepted me has been phenomenal. I mean, because you know, when I think about who I am, you know, to be a Black lesbian in Conyers, Georgia, coming into a predominantly white audience
Mhm.
and to be accepted, I mean, that's like, I made history.
Yes, you did.
I made history. Well, you know, but what it just shows is that once you get down to the core of it,
Exactly.
people are simply people.
People.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And when you are honest about who you are and what you do, people can connect with you on that level.
Right.
You know, I mean, even for my wife to come in and sit in the co-host seat yesterday, and, you know, now everybody calls her the wife. You know, Crystal and Scotty brought Zay to witness I gave her another ring because she lost it in the lake ceremony.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, Zach, I had to buy the ring.
the fish ate her ring.
Gotta go fishing.
Like, what?
She suggested that, but you know what? Everybody knows what time it is,
Get a
and
net.
I'm watching the timer, doing a pretty good job with it. This time, I did roll it back just a little bit because I goofed somehow, and anyway, everybody already knows all that. But we will be right back, so everybody, please stay tuned. There's a lot more to come on Ladies Talk. Somebody's calling in. Let's take this call right quick.
Yeah, push us back a little bit more.
Thank you for calling, Ladies Talk. You are live.
Happy birthday, Doc.
Thank you.
Aw, it's
Aw.
Jeff.
It's Jeff. Thank you,
It
Jeff.
would be me. You were quite welcome. I wasn't sure if you were going to be on the show tomorrow or out celebrating, so
No, I'll be here.
You're
I'm
right, give
gonna.
my
So you'll
call.
have to call back in the morning. Yeah,
call
everybody
back in the
listening
morning
tonight, y'all have
then.
to call in the morning and tell me happy birthday too.
are y'all going to have enough time in the morning for that many calls?
Of course, because that's all. That's all Scotty's going to do tomorrow is answer calls for my birthday because I am going to be the queen.
All right.
There's that wand. I love it.
Well, I hope your day is as special as you are.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh,
I
he's-
appreciate
He
you.
stole my
You're-
line. I was going to use that.
I'm sorry, I'll take it back.
I'll reuse it tomorrow.
You're gonna
Re-gift
you're gonna
it.
re-gift
I'm
it.
gonna
There we go.
re-gift
Regift it tomorrow.
Oh, so you're going to steal my line like Scotty's video was talking about. His video he posted about his verbiage, and he didn't want to use his verbiage because someone might steal it and use it for free, and he won't get paid on it.
Yeah.
He posted it about 2 hours ago. So
Yeah.
you're going to steal my words. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, it is
Well,
what
you
it
ladies
is.
y'all have a great night. I just want to tell Doc happy birthday.
Thank
Thank
you, Jeff.
you. I
We
love you.
appreciate you.
Take care, ladies. And
Bye.
congratulations on the new sponsor.
Thank you.
Have a great
Jeff has been friends with Scotty for a long time, and he's very supportive of Just for Fun Radio. Him and his beautiful wife Bree. So, well, it's that time. So
It's
we're
that
gonna try
time.
this again. Everybody, hang tight. We will continue to take callers as well. We'll be right back.
Yay. Oh, I'm sweating. Why am I sweating?
I'm still confused as to how the heck that got locked. That's crazy.
Grandma.
So we need to make sure that we revisit the subject of the fashion show because we do want
Yeah, I
to get
wanna
that
make
out
sure
there
that we
before
get
we
that.
leave.
Yeah, because y'all are DJing it.
Oh,
Oh,
Scotty is, I think.
What day is it?
November 14th. It's a Saturday.
well, Crystal and I can DJ it because we know how to do this thing
Yeah,
now.
we got
All
this.
right.
All we got. We just need help getting the speakers up.
so we got this.
Holly called Chris first because
Mhm.
he usually does Who Ride to Provide, and then he called Scotty.
Chris is okay.
Well,
The
he
camera's
usually
running. The
does
camera's
Yeah,
the
running.
cameras
The
are
camera's
running. Cameras are running.
Chris does a good job. He helps.
Cameras are running.
he's
Cameras
always
are running.
He's always done the We Ride to Provide stuff.
He
so she
does.
went
He
ahead and
does all
called
that.
him, and then he called Scotty, and Scotty said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
From
okay.
what I heard.
Oh, okay. Yes, Scotty did
Where's
mention that.
Cutie cakes at?
Over there where the Army Navy
Like that.
Recruiting Center is, right
Oh,
beside Big Lots. They used to be beside the meat market.
Thank you.
I've seen you post about it.
Steve says, "Why are you sweating?"
I have no idea why I'm sweating, Steve. Oh, thank you, baby. Yes, refill. Well, yeah, I swear that Scotty changes light bulbs down here on occasion. Because it's like sometimes I'm fine, and then sometimes it's like, oh my God, the lights are bright and I'm sweating and I'm having hot flashes and everything else.
I don't want to take that one.
I need to take that one home.
Then you need one since you don't let her have me.
Hey,
Huh?
she had me today.
We had a chimichanga.
Ooh, I want a chimichanga.
Those are good.
Hey, we're supposed to be able to see the Mars tonight.
I know. Selena's
I
going to
wanted
take
to-
pictures.
Oh, you're
Huh?
going to Stone Mountain?
No, nobody wants to go now.
If I didn't have to
Wow.
work, I would.
I was so mad. Everybody, like, I had a group going now. They're all like, I just don't feel like it. Really? It's not that far.
Well, I would love to go. You know, it was so funny when y'all went to the laser show that Saturday.
Oh.
Remember, I shot the pictures.
There was none of that there, though. Thank God.
Really?
Mhm.
So
It must have
it-
just been a ride they did during the day there.
They had, it was like the Confederate flag rally that met up at the at Salem Gate Shopping Center.
And
I mean,
see, I think that is so tacky, and I think that it's wrong that they do that.
They do it
Just
for the
where's
wrong
some-
reason.
they do it
Right,
for the wrong
right.
reasons,
Yeah,
right.
They don't
Yeah.
understand what that flag
What it is
for.
exactly. Exactly.
They just
That's just like when they were reporting on the news about people trying to remove the
carving.
people
The
off
carving,
Stone Mountain.
yeah.
I'm like, seriously?
I'm like, the
Like, are
carvings
you
hadn't
kidding
done
me?
anything. to
Right.
you.
Like, are you kidding me? It's history. Like, it's just,
that,
Yeah.
but it's history. And it's like some people
It's
get so
like-
caught up in stuff that
Erasing
doesn't even
the
matter.
carvings is not going to change
Right.
the current
Like,
state.
I'm
of
like,
What are you
affairs.
trying to do? Prove
let's
a point
get-
on it? There's no point.
No,
I just
Right.
think
and
there's a
I'm just
lot-
like, some
there's
people
a
go
lot of
too
things-
far.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's just
Yes.
too much.
It's
Like,
too
you
much.
see these cars or the trucks driving around with it in their bed of their
right.
It's like, don't do that.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
like a slap in the face.
Right.
Don't
Yeah,
do
don't
right.
do that.
And do you? I don't mean this bad, but do you notice the cars or the trucks that are they're on most of the time? They're like half broke down.
Right. Right.
You get yourself a vehicle.
Right.
Me and Scotty, he was like,
Screw the
you know how
vehicle, go to
Scotty's
the
always trying to
dentist.
put lyrics
Right.
like the different songs or whatever, and he was trying to say instead of rolling like a redneck or something, he was going to put anyway something to do with the whole rebel flag and junkie car. And it was
Oh my
so funny
God.
listening to him. He was like, "What is it called? It's called a, whenever people make up." Like a
The parody?
A parody.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, let's do a parody to
Mhm.
that. And he was on a roll. I wish I could have videoed it. 'cause he was
Wow.
on point. It was the funniest stuff.
Yes.
That was one day I was going out to my dad's house at the lake. And of course, you see these drivers in the fast lane and they're impeding the traffic. How about it was like a little old Nissan painted orange, like the General Lee? Seriously, had the rebel flag, but instead of being from front to back, it was side to side. And I'm like, if you're going to do it right. Don't. But I was just like, I know I should have taken pictures, but I didn't. I was like, oh my God.
It's like you can't make that stuff up.
no.
No.
And then that lady getting killed yesterday on the news.
Oh my God.
Did
my
you see
God.
that video?
I did, and
That
it
was true.
I couldn't watch that video.
I watched it one. Like a friend of mine was like, "Did you hear about this?" And I'm like, "No." And then I heard they didn't show it anymore after
Yeah.
on Facebook feed and all that. But I was
Mhm.
I can't-
shaking. Like,
I couldn't imagine that.
serious?
At first, I
And I
thought,
can't imagine the reporter who had to like sit there and she was like startled, like, we'll let you know when we find out what happened. But like, oh my God.
But yeah, that was.
hey, that
Oh
lady
my
didn't
God.
see it coming.
No,
Nobody
she
did.
didn't. Nobody saw it.
And that
She's
video,
so
at first I was
young.
watching it and I'm like, this has got to just be something.
Yeah.
Like, I
thought
didn't
it was a
expect it.
joke.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't
Yeah.
expect that.
No, but yeah.
Because I had heard about it, but I hadn't really seen anything about it. And then I seen something about the link.
Did you also
Live
know
one.
that for every shot that he fired 9 shots. He put the initials of every person that was shot and killed from the church in South Carolina.
Somebody
No
said it was
way.
linked to the North Carolina thing.
Yes.
But
Oh my
Yes.
But
God.
then they were saying
Yes.
he was angry, and I'm
No,
like, you
well,
have
how
to be
does that-
sick and angry? But
How
why
does
would
that
you hurt
help?
an innocent
Anything that
person?
happened there, only thing it does is just spread hate.
Mhm.
Right, more,
Oh,
Right now, we've got more hate
more
festering.
hate.
Mhm.
Oh,
it was so sad. Really, really sad.
That is just wow. All right. So, which topic are we going to go with Zach when we come back, and then where are we going? So we're
I
going to
really think
rewind
we need
to
to start rewinding back to that start with last week.
so between women.
Yeah. And you watched the latest
Yes,
episode.
I watched the
talk
latest
about
episode.
that,
Okay.
'cause we didn't get to talk about that.
Oh, I want to tell you, I love how Benny, when you got down, she's like, "No, get up."
Whenever she was going to propose to Benny, she went to go get down on her knees and was out on the dock, and Benny's like, "No, honey, don't get down there. You're
It's
dirty."
dirty.
Oh, it was sweet.
That was so cute. I watched the video. I was like, oh.
That was awesome.
It was
Yeah.
good, wasn't it? I was getting ready to go to work, but I couldn't miss that. I was like, "What can I see this?"
Well, we were so happy Zay was out there. You know, because for Zay to grow up seeing this, it's like it's going to be normal to her. It won't
Yeah.
be like, oh my gosh, those are two women. It'll just be, okay,
It's accepted.
it's accepted. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Zay is Crystal's granddaughter. She's 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
She lives with us. We're raising her, so she's been with us since she was a day old. So,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Our life is her life. And
Right.
I wouldn't shelter her from anything like that. You know. I mean,
She's
to me, I don't
she
even
really- she's
consider it that. You know, it's life.
It's life.
It's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to shelter her from is hurt and harm and
Right,
hate.
right.
Everything else is.
Oh my gosh, if
good.
I could protect that baby from hate.
Right. I know, right? That's her cute.
We're back. Oh.
Yeah.
We're back? Are we?
There you go.
My mic sounds nice. Check one.
We are back. Now we've kind of been all over the place, but our conversation's been really good. We've recapped on our day and good things that are going on with us and all that kind of good stuff. But let's talk about last week.
Oh my God, last week. Okay, so rewind to Between Women with Michelle Daniel. And I mean, that was.
And twin.
And Twin. You had your first girl crush last
The
week.
one that
Her
was
first
a little
girl
in love
crush.
with you.
I don't know that she was in love with me, but I will say that she was a very good looking lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, she was.
And I checked out her Instagram and she is cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not believe that. I think I've showed everybody those pictures because that girl's cut. Like,
She's hot.
I mean, it's amazing. I don't know how she got that cut, but it looks really good on her.
Well, you know,
Scotty was like, okay, honey.
I keep telling Scotty, I'm trying to get my toaster oven out. I got to recruit 2 more people.
He knows
to
I
get
love
the toaster
him.
oven.
But
You know.
yeah, so you
What?
did.
What?
He's speechless now, Doc.
I was going to say, Zach, what is it that you try to get each month? But Zach, I don't ever hear. Doc's after toaster ovens. What do you want? Coffee makers?
Well,
Percolators?
what kind of toaster oven is she after?
Right.
Because, you know, do you want like a regular one or do you want
One
the
that
easy
pops up.
bake? No.
She wants one that pops up.
Well, you know how they say that you have to recruit that, you know, they're like, all the gay people are doing is you're just recruiting. So I'm like, well, you know, if I'm recruiting, I need to get some prizes for it. So I'm trying to meet my quota for the month so I can get my toaster oven.
That look he has is absolutely priceless.
All I can see is like the old school, like little bake ovens where you stick the little thing in.
And you try not to
Easy
burn your
baker.
fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
Taking it out.
That stuff was
Yes.
good, though.
That stuff was good.
Yeah,
What
it
you
was
talking
good.
about?
It was
Those
good.
were the days.
Yeah. They're so much fancier now. Those little easy bake ovens.
Exactly. They don't even look the same.
No,
No,
they
You can
don't.
make
And they're,
macaroni and cheese in them
Right.
now.
yeah, and they're a
Wow.
lot more expensive, and the food
Because I
costs
think we
even
could only
more.
make brownies.
Yeah, we can make
I remember
brownies
making
and
the
cake.
brownies and cake.
They were good too.
Yeah, now they
At
have,
least we thought they were good.
Right. We didn't know anything
Mm-mm.
different.
Nope.
well,
So, you and Benny actually got to watch the.
yes, we did. Well, you know, I have been a huge fan of Michelle Daniels since the first episode in season 1. And this season 3 of Between Women, is by far the best season. And, you know, it brought so much closure to a lot of questions from season 1 and season 2. Miller, who was a character that I have always loved, I'm so over Miller right now. I'm like, I can't believe that your butt is in federal prison because you were doing some shady stuff. You need to sit there. You just need to sit there. Don't even. And so then Miller is up here trying to get this other chick to get the money for her because she doesn't trust your wife. Okay, Miller, if you can't trust your wife, then you don't need to be with her. I'm just so over
Yeah,
that.
trust is huge.
Trust is huge.
Yeah, there's no trust, then what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like,
Scooped.
And then when he gave
Right.
the baby away, I'm giving all the spoilers. So if you have not seen the episode, you probably don't want to watch the rewind. But when he gave the baby away, and and for so many people in the LGBTQ community, the opportunity to have a baby, everything that we have to go through to have a baby, the fertility treatments, the donors, all of that stuff.
I just want to say this. We had these big plans. Zach and I, we had Benny. She was going to come over here. We were going to have hot dogs because you had VIP passes. And I noticed that you kind of changed those plans. And I'm kind of thinking that it was because you knew we were going to have Benny over here. And she didn't trust us because I was like,
No,
I noticed she didn't go to her little VIP party. She stayed home with her awesome
her boo,
wife.
yeah.
I didn't
her
go
boo.
to the VIP party because, that was on the same day that the Just for Us radio family lost someone very near
Yes,
and
we
dear
did.
to us.
Yes, we did.
And, it was just kind of one of those where I felt that I needed to be there with my family.
Mhm.
And, as much as I wanted to celebrate VIP and walking the red carpet, it was kind of a time to just snap back to what's really important.
Yep.
I'm only going to get one time to walk the red carpet on a season 3, episode 1 of Between Women. But what if this is my last time to be with the people that I love the most?
Yep. And you bring that up, and as tough as it is to talk about, we lost a dear friend of, I want to say the biker community, but really it's more than that. I think he was, it was our community, because everybody that knows each other has seen the other people hurt, and it was just due to a careless driver not paying attention. She did a U-turn in front of our friend. He was on his bike. He rode his bike everywhere he went. It was pretty much his form of transportation. He's been riding it for years, and he was a father and a fiance, and everybody knew him. Chuck, and anyway, that took his life because she was doing an illegal U-turn, and it was pretty bad.
Mhm.
So that, and then Faulkner, a good friend of ours, Michael
Yes.
Faulkner, lost his granddaddy yesterday.
Yes.
Oh,
And so
wow.
it was just like one thing right after another. But the one thing that's for certain with life is death. And that right there takes us back to another show that we had.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like the second or third show.
It was
and
our second show. It was Loss. It was,
Yeah, Life
living
After Loss.
Life After Loss.
Yep.
And, this went out. My daughter Autumn would have been 14 this year, and her birthday was August the 20th. And this was the first year in 14 years that I haven't been just a wreck on, the 3 days leading up to her birthday and the 3 days after her birthday. And, I think because last year Benny did an amazing celebration of life. Benny's family all got together, and we went and got goldfish, and we released goldfish into a pond in Oklahoma to celebrate
that is
Autumn's
really
life.
nice.
Right.
That's good.
That's awesome.
I've seen a lot of people doing stuff like that. And, I'm pretty fortunate that I haven't lost a whole lot of people very close to me, thank God.
Mhm.
But, like my grandparents. But I see people that are like doing the tailgating and stuff like that at the sites, at the graveyards. And you see where they're doing like the Chinese lanterns, where they're letting them go, and that kind of stuff. And the celebration of life is really what it's all about. And I'm hoping
Mhm.
that the people because this past couple of months, not just the two I just spoke of, but Lisa, which is Chuck's fiance, is a good friend of mine. And of course, she's devastated right now, naturally. But we've had a couple of other females that are really close to us. Kaylee McCullough, she was engaged. She lost her fiance in a really tragic car accident. And this was just a few months ago. And then right after that, Elizabeth, another friend of ours, she was a newlywed, and she's kissed her husband goodbye. He got in the car less than 20 minutes later. He was in a tragic accident. I mean, it's just, it's an awful reminder of how short our lives are, and just how quicksand things can change. But to see and hear of people like yourself who you lost a child.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, that is the absolute unspeakable.
Right.
So as a mom, just the thought of that, but to lose your spouse and people that you love, but y'all are able to celebrate her life.
Yes.
And so I hope that someday these people I've just spoke of will
Right.
we'll
And
find that.
You know, our guest of that show, Tracy Wilson. Tracy is a phenomenal. Go ahead, Greta.
We have a caller calling in from Massachusetts, so let's see what we have. Thank you for calling, Ladies Talk. You are live.
Hi, this is the wife, I guess I should say.
The wife.
The wife.
You are right. This is the wife.
Hello, the wife.
Hi, Benny.
Hello. I'm sure the YouTube is a little behind you guys. And I was trying to call as quickly as I can, but my phone is crazy.
You're
So
fine.
first I want to sing happy birthday to my beautiful wife.
Aw, happy birthday.
There was one other time I was going to sing to her on the radio, and she squashed that, so she absolutely has no choice right now but to listen to me sing to her on the radio.
Wow.
That's right. She cannot control it. It's all yours.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Anise Mabry. Happy birthday to you.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Thank you,
And many
baby.
more.
Thank
And
you.
in August has always been a really challenging month for her. And I vowed to her last year that she would never be sad in August ever again.
You're such an
Yeah.
awesome person. You really are.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that. You really are an awesome person.
Yes, she is.
The world
Well,
needs
you
more
know,
people like that.
But my family, we you guys were talking about loss. You know, we lost our parent. I lost my parents at a very young age, and so my sisters and myself, we kind of raised ourselves. And I'll tell you this story. The minute I let my sister Dana know that Anise, she was coming in August, and it was a hard month for her because of the loss of Autumn, and you know, Dana was like, we're gonna put a smile on her face, you know, and she arranged to hold together candles and of course the release of the goldfish and food and to celebrate Anise coming into our family and to know that you can overcome loss if you all join together as a family and hold each other up. So I just want Anise to know that she's never going to be sad again in August. The other 11 months, well, those are up for grabs. August, she's going to smile, and I'm going to love her.
And
That
that's
whole
what
month
real
is-
people do for each other. They hold each other up. They lift each other up.
Yeah. Even my little nephew, he's 5 years old. I told him, I said, listen, you can't tell Anise, but I'm going to Walmart to buy these goldfish. And he looked at me and he said, why? I said, well, because her baby went to heaven. That's all I said to him. I come out the bathroom, heading on my way to Walmart. I look down the hallway. He's climbed up in the bed, and he's laying next to Anise, and she's telling him about Autumn. So he had to go to her and comfort her, you know.
Yeah,
When he found out. And plus, he had just lost his grandfather, which was my sister's husband, the year before. So, you know, we celebrate life. And when one of us goes to heaven, we know that they're preparing a place for the rest of us to come. You know, Crystal, I wanted to say to you, I can see you being strong, but I can feel your sadness at the loss of your friend. Is that, you know, he went to heaven to prepare a place for you guys. Y'all rode bikes together, so he's getting Harleys together, all the beautiful things that you can imagine that's going to be in heaven for you. And he's getting a place for you guys to come ride again together. That's all that is. You know, somebody's have to go first and set things up for the rest of us. So every now and then, one of us goes early to get things in place. So so your friend is waiting on you. I believe that firmly in my heart. I know my mother watches down over me, and I know my father protects me. And you just have a friend up there that's putting things together for you guys.
What's so humbling though is it's humbling and it's enlightening at the same time, but it makes me wonder how many of us really know how many friends we really have out there, because I wonder if Chuck really knew how many people loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he was
You
a
know,
funny
wow.
guy. He was I was around Chuck several times at events. I mean, he showed up for so many events that Scotty did. If there was a ride involved, Chuck was there. And he was kind of one of those that I don't know, he was just always there. He supported everything, but he didn't like try to stand out all the time, but he was funny, he smiled. And my biggest thing is that he's made Lisa, our friend, really, really happy. And I think that has, like you said, he's kind of moved on and we know that, but it just makes you want to be like, you know what, if there's somebody in your life, and no matter how small or big a part of your life they are, it's important that we let each other know that. Because I just often wonder, does he have any idea right now, especially, did he have any idea why he was here, how many people truly, truly cared about him and thought about him?
Yes, he does.
I hope so.
my mother, one of the most profound things my mother said to me, she had cancer and she was dying. And it was very difficult for me. She simply said, don't cry, because I will see you again. I will see you in heaven again. Okay? This is not the end. This is a new beginning. And for your friend, they want her to know that she won't see him again. Life right now continues on. It looks differently. We don't know what the other side looks like, but how can you until you go there? But just know that it does exist. And he's in heaven. He was a good father. He had many people that loved him. So he knows that right now. And one thing I firmly believe when my mother took her last breath is she was at peace, that she knew that she would see me again, that she knew that she would see my sisters again. She wasn't in despair. She wasn't upset. She wasn't angry. She wasn't mad. It's just like she just closed her eyes,
And
Death
I guess
is not pretty.
And we're speaking of life after loss. Those are the kind of things that people just have to take and grasp and go with, because like I said, I've been very, very fortunate, but whenever someone I care about hurts, naturally I hurt too. Right. So it's just, we sit back and go, gosh, I don't know how she's doing it. But anyway,
he's preparing life, the next life for you.
And we'll get to see her tomorrow. And I know it's not going to be easy. I tried to take her away from everything for about an hour today, but she said her body needed rest.
You be strong for her, but you be strong because you're going to see your friend again. You're going to see my mom. And what else is fun about it is every time I have a friend that passes away, and I know their parents pass away, I know my mother's there greeting them because that's the kind of woman she was. She's got the fried chicken and the fried potatoes and the collard greens. She's got that good and the dominoes on the table. So, you knew my daughter or you was a friend. Your daughter was a friend of my daughter. Come sit down. Tell me about how things were, how they doing. That's just, I just see her greeting these people. So because that's what she would do. So your friend is being greeted by my mother probably right now. She's probably forcing fried chicken wings on.
And I bet you he's loving it and telling her all about Harleys because he could sell a Harley.
My mother loved bikes. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Really? There you go. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you and all your support and being so awesome to the doc.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Me sing to her because she wouldn't let me sing to her on her radio station.
Well, there you go.
I love you, honey. I'll see you shortly.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And it was so funny. How ironic is it that I remember when I wanted to do the show on living after loss, and, Scotty said to me, he was like, I'm just worried. I don't want the show to be depressing. I don't want it to be a downer. He was really worried that people wouldn't be able to identify with it. And, and we talked about all the different types of losses, and, as I'm sitting here reflecting, I'm like, how ironic that we did that show, 3 weeks before this happened.
And so many losses. Good
and
Lord.
So many losses, and, so many losses that came after that. And it's almost like the universe was preparing, us to get ready to deal with the hard stuff. And, and that's what we do on Ladies Talk. Originally Scotty was like, when he first pitched the show to me, he's like, I want you to talk about nails and hair. And I'm like, I said, okay.
He wanted us to talk. He wanted us to talk about things that ladies talk about, but little does he know that we talk about.
It's
more than that. Superficial.
That's superficial. Right.
And with that being said, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. A little bit more Ladies Talk. Everybody hang in there. We will be right back.
You are rocking it, Crystal. I
That
think we're
was
ready to go DJ
sad.
events now.
You know what? I think it's because I know Scotty's not here to tell me stuff like that. Gosh, I gotta get this.
Crystal, your hair is banging.
Yeah, my hair's banging. Right now, it's not banging in my hair. That's what I'm saying. Girl, you need to get my chair.
Sign up for weed. We need color.
You know it takes like forever. I have to book you for a day for you to do my hair almost. Well, it's not because it takes you that long to do it.
You have a. Oh, no. Well, yeah. So we just need to find a.
Oh, where you out of town?
That's
Look,
what I was about
can't
to
get
say.
this
She was a
keyboard to
newborn.
work.
This battery dead?
I don't know. I've turned it off. I've turned it on. Now I'm stuck right there.
And you know what I think? I was
Sad.
telling
Maybe dead.
I was telling Benny because when Benny and I met,
Mhm.
Benny wanted to have other children. And she was just in this, and I was in the mode of, I'm done.
Mhm.
I don't want children. I don't like children. And and today we were talking about, I said, I think that I say I don't like children because I had so much loss around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even like with my sister and my brother, when I came out, they took my nieces and nephews away from me. So it was like from the time that it was like I was in their life every single weekend.
Right.
And then the minute, I came out when my niece and nephew were like 7, 9, and 11.
And
And
they just took them.
I wasn't allowed to see them. I wasn't allowed to talk to them. So it was like, I'm like, I don't like children because
Built up
Yeah.
a wall.
because it was like every single child in my life went away. And, I'm like, and now that I have Zay, and Benny's like,
Wish you did.
I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, we don't know how to get it back online, Crystal.
No, it wasn't that. I just got excited because it did something.
She's like, yeah.
But this keyboard.
Anytime the DJ gas, that is never a good
Right.
sign.
Sorry.
We need batteries in that, honey.
Has Scotty been messing with it down here already?
No, but we need batteries. Remember we said that before. But Crystal, honey, now is not the time to try to figure that out.
I know, right?
Oh, no, but it's not working at all, so it's not like it's hurting me, none.
Well, then how
Did
are
you
we
make sure
going
turn
to?
it off so that
Oh, well, this over here is
No,
a
the
whole
keyboard.
different thing. This is just for this.
Did you turn the keyboard off and turn it back
Mhm.
on? Where are the batteries? Do we have a pencil? Okay, here. Pop the battery out. Rub the pencil eraser over the top of the battery, and then put it back in.
See, that's my wireless keyboard. Sucks sometimes.
Rub that over the top of it.
We normally have this and this works.
It's supposed to, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Little MacGyver. Look, I got a little bit of redneck in me.
I have never heard of that.
Wow.
Never ever heard of that. So
Go home and charge all my batteries.
Make sure they're the lithium so they don't run out.
well, we normally have rechargeable batteries.
Is it working now? No, I don't see it moving.
Is it the mouse or is it the keyboard?
It's the batteries. Where are the batteries at? Because usually they're over there. There's some over there.
He's got so much stuff over here.
Well, something worked.
It worked when I did enter.
Okay, so the keyboard is dying.
The only thing I'm worried about is the
The Manny
camera. Yeah. I don't really care about the rest of it. Oh, here's something. That'd be one eventually we can leave battery not just Scotty's got so much stuff over here. I don't even know how he knows.
They can find it.
I bet
Yes.
they
I'm
figure
like,
exactly where-
Jesus.
You ask them, and they're like, it's over
It's-
there. It's or don't even try to go in his garage.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah. He
Forget
can
it.
tell you where everything's at.
Right. That's what I
Garage.
said. They know where it is. So I'm like, have you seen my no, looking at pile of stuff over there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
But it has done this to me almost every week, so I don't know how he.
I'll tell you, Denise, you're falling behind on the tooth fairy parts.
I know.
She's missing both top now.
No way.
She'll go around and go, like that instead.
She only has to dump a whole thing of glitter in there now.
Mhm.
Well, I was trying to wait for her to get in school good so that I could have some stuff to write about her doing well in
She
school
really is. I've been following on
and mention her
never
teacher's
did.
name.
The Infinite Campus before,
Oh, yeah.
and her teacher actually called me one day, and she said, Layla is very intuitive. She's very attentive. She's very this. She's very that. And I was like, I know,
She is.
And I said, she may not say a whole lot. She goes, she don't. I said, but don't think she's not listening to you.
She doesn't say a whole lot. Really?
If she doesn't know you or if she's not comfortable,
She didn't know me the first time I met her, and she
if she
never
feels
stopped
comfortable,
talking.
Right.
if she feels comfortable around you, then she will.
Layla and your son, they never stopped. The whole night, I was totally engaged with the kids. I don't think I even talked to the adults that night.
But yeah, if they know that they're welcome and comfortable, good luck trying to get them to.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about everything. We talked about Disney. We talked about Tooth Fairies. We talked about Christmas. We talked about me not eating meat. And they said that I had to eat meat because I needed protein. Yeah, your kids told me I had to
Say
eat
the
meat or I
darndest
wasn't going to get
things.
protein. I wasn't going to grow. And your son wanted to know how my bones were going to grow because I wasn't going to get the nutrients that I needed.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
So, and then, because, Niles is not a veg. He's like, well, why do you let him eat meat? I said, well, being a vegetarian is kind of a choice. And you don't want to force choices on people. And I said, if your mom said that you couldn't have meat anymore, would you be happy? He's like, no, we have to eat meat in our family.
That's not necessarily.
We're live.
His dad, yes.
Are going live.
But that's a different story.
All right, we are back despite of some technical
back.
difficulties I'm having with the wireless keyboard. But outside of that, everything seems to be going really good. I want to give our girl, Miss Nikki Styles, a shout out. She was actually here for our very first episode.
Oh, yes, she was.
Yeah, and she's on the road. They are heading to Louisiana. So she says she's really just kind of vegged out in the back seat listening to ladies talk. So I'm glad.
I love Nikki.
Me too. And her little girl, Shelby.
Oh, my God.
is
Shelby
a doll.
rocks it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got pictures of Shelby upstairs on my, my family wall up there, which I need to update. But in her little Just for Fun radio shirt. But Nikki and Tubby, they came, gosh, it's probably been close to 2 years ago. They kind of became a part of Just for Fun radio, and they got all into the t-shirt thing. And Tubby works at Rob's.
I was going to say that. Yeah, Tubby works at Rob's. And
So
shout out to Rob's Performance, who took care of my daughter a couple of weeks ago when my daughter and her friend, after Home Depot sold them a drill. And
Did they ever put a hole in your car?
The 17. We needed to put a new tag.
Like,
The
that
look.
was funny.
It was funny. So I bought my daughter a brand new 2015 Toyota Corolla for her graduation present from high school.
Okay.
And so we needed to put the new tag on it. And so Allison's friend came over, who's my adopted son. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, they're out there trying to put the tag on. So I told them the night before, I said, if y'all can't get it off, just go to Rob's Performance and they'll help you. So they were like, okay. So they go out. I hear the garage door open. I hear the alarm, disengage. So I'm thinking they're out there screwing it off. No, these clowns have gone to Home Depot, taken my credit card, bought a cordless drill from
drill.
Home Depot. The Home Depot guy sold them a $17 drill bit for the drill to remove a license plate.
that right. You see, I'm looking
Yeah.
for a license plate.
So
You should have seen the video.
yeah, so they come back, and my dog, I know that they're in the driveway because the dogs are barking. So I get ready to come to the studio, and they're out there, and they're just drilling. I mean, you would think that these kids are drilling for oil, trying to remove this license plate from the car. So I look at them, and I said, "Child of mine, what are you doing?" And they're like, "Well, the guy at Home Depot said that the screw was stripped, so we needed this." And I was like, "That's why I told you to go to Rob's Performance." And so then my adopted son looks at me. He goes, "Mom, do you have a hammer?" I was like, "A hammer for a no? Go to Rob's Performance."
Right.
That was
For
the
a
best
license
video.
plate.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, well, all we need to do is just pop it on this. I was like, no, we're not putting a hole in a brand new car for a license plate.
Right.
Who was the
What
one that said about the duct tape?
screwdriver?
That was him.
We'll just cover the hole with
Yeah,
duct
we'll
tape.
just cover the hole with duct tape.
So they put a hole in the car?
No, I told him to go. I was like, you know what? Turn everything off. Take your butt down to Rob's Performance. I was like, because we are not dealing with a hole in a brand new car. I was like, a car that I haven't even made one payment on.
Right.
No, go to Rob's
Yeah.
Performance. I mean, I said that like 7 times in the video. And so then the other day, my daughter called me and she was at school and she goes, this tire pressure light thingy's on. What do you want me to do? I said, what 3 words am I going to say to you? She goes, go to Rob's Performance. I said, okay, goodbye.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, I mean, Rob and Tubby, they take amazing, you know, I would never send my daughter into a service department at a car dealership by herself
Right.
because she would come out with brakes and
Right,
struts
right.
and everything else. But I can send her over there and know that she's safe
Right.
and they're not going to, you know, they're not going to take advantage of the fact that this is a child
Right.
walking in with her mom's credit card.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, they do awesome work anyway, because I've just spent an unmentionable amount of money there as well.
Yes.
Yes.
I love. And Brandy Ward, his wife, they're absolutely incredible. You know, and that brings us to our next show, which was Unconditional Love.
Yes, that show was really, really great. You know, the outcome from those 2 girls that did the Brandy Ward and Rob Ward's daughter, Skylar.
Mhm.
You know, she did a benefit for
Oh, that was Paying It
Gosh.
Forward.
no,
was
this
yeah,
was
that-
Unconditional Love.
No, Unconditional Love was Debbie. Remember?
Oh, I thought they called in on that one too. I think they called in on both of those.
Yes, they did. They did call in
No,
on both.
because Paying It Forward was Jennifer Wolf was in the studio. But
Yes.
we actually talked to the girls on the one before that with Debbie, and Jennifer actually called in and contacted Zach
Yes.
and made a donation on
And
that
ma-
one.
yes, she did.
Yeah, but yeah, the Unconditional Love, like it was Skylar's birthday and she was turning, I want to say 13 or
13.
14. And in lieu of a birthday party, she wanted to raise money for Cadence,
Yes.
which is a cancer patient and her family. And she did. And she did very well with that. I don't have a dollar amount in front of me because I
Did
can't
you see
get
that
to it, but-
video of? Oh my
Yes, her
God.
giving the money to her and the
Yes.
family because in a time like that, obviously they're spending a lot of time at a children's
Right,
hospital
right.
and they're losing a lot of work and everything. So that right there was pretty awesome. And they still have the GoFundMe up, and
Yes,
that
they
has
do.
motivated that young girl to do more things like that because
That's
she said
wonderful.
it made her
Community
feel
service.
so
Giving
good.
back.
Yes,
Yep,
giving
13
back.
years old.
It was incredible.
Yep.
And then we had Pay It Forward with Jennifer Wolf. And
Oh, that show was
that show was incredible.
really,
Jennifer got
really-
a call on the, because the whole show, she'd been saying, all I want to do is just, I just want to hug Ellen's neck because Ellen really inspired me to do what I'm doing. And what Jennifer did was in June, she donated a kidney to a complete stranger. And
yes,
it
yeah.
was just
And
incredible.
he actually called in, and his
Yeah.
family, and his
Wow.
wife, his daughter, they called in and spoke, and it was just the love they have for Jennifer. Like they've just embraced her. She's family to them.
Right.
Yes.
So, and the video that we watched, like, where Jennifer met him, it was, I mean, I can't even put into words how powerful that was. We were all crying.
Yeah, we cry in here a
Wow.
lot.
Right.
It was really,
Women.
really, really, really
Yeah.
good.
Very emotional.
Yep. But on the Unconditional Love, also we had, is it Carly? Was it Carly's Coloring for Crayons?
Carly's coloring for, was it? Yeah, Carly.
Yeah, she and I think she's still doing this, but she's raised some incredible. Just she's raising the Coloring for Crayons for. Is it just kids who need it?
It's for the children's hospitals because the children's hospitals in South Georgia and Florida ran out of money to buy crayons and coloring books.
Wow.
How do you? That's like McDonald's running out of French fries.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
So this little girl is taking it on herself to make sure that they have the crayons and the coloring books.
Wow. I love it.
And to have young girls doing things like that.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
That kind of touches base
Taking the
on the
lead.
things that you do
Yes.
if they're being
Exactly.
leaders. And can you
Exactly.
imagine like how motivated they're going to be throughout their life to do
Right.
things like that
Right.
for people? So that's really, really great.
Wow.
And to have them they did call in and speak with us on that particular episode of Ladies Talk, and it was enlightening. And the mothers of those girls,
Mhm.
kudos to them.
Right. Right.
because that takes a family that's instilling that
Exactly.
that love in their hearts, because those girls had to be loved
Right.
to want
To
to
show
give
it.
that kind of love.
Exactly.
So there was probably one of our just a highlight of the show, you know.
Mhm.
But whenever Jennifer Wolf was in here, she, as the doc was saying, she actually I'm sorry, I can't do two things at one time. I'm horrible. I'm
Okay,
looking at a text.
Just hit the control
I've
button.
already done all that.
Okay.
Yeah. She actually had she got a call back from the Ellen show, or she was contacted by them. So hopefully her dream will come true and she will meet Ellen. She's still working on that process, but what she did was amazing.
Wow.
I mean, she just decided, and her story alone, because she was telling us how her and her husband had basically lost everything at one time, and was pretty much kind of I hope I'm not miswording this, but they were basically, you know, living out of their car kind of, because they had given up everything.
Mhm.
And she said that they were sitting in a McDonald's parking lot, and there was something that had inspired her there to say, you know what, I'm going to do something for somebody. And so she went on to the Kidney Foundation, and she signed up and went through everything. That's a huge process in order to find someone that, you know, she was a match with. And then the guy, we had a lot of questions about that, because the guy that she donated her kidney to was, I had questions about that, because he was like in his 60s, and, you know, and you would think most of us would be like a young kid or, you know, something like that. But once you heard from his family and heard the whole story, you know, she made the right choice.
Right.
I mean, it was pretty powerful.
Wow.
That was a powerful show right there. And she has her Facebook page, and I try to visit as much as I can, but it's called, is it Love Rack?
Love Rack, LUVRAK.
And what does it stand for again? It's something RUAK.
No, it's LUVRAK. I can't. Random Acts of Kindness.
There it is.
Okay.
I knew it was something like that. Yeah,
Got
Love,
it.
Random Acts of Kindness.
Wow.
And she's always got some motivational stuff on there.
Yes,
so I
she
do follow
does.
that page a lot.
Right.
And that next day after that show, it was really cool, because I had a lot of people that were reaching out to me, and just, they were doing little things for people.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're still doing the, you know, little things for people, but because we had that conversation, I think a lot of us paid attention to, and still are hopefully paying attention to those little things that we do for each other.
Right. And I was about to say, I think in the day to day, we kind of forget that
Yes.
to pay it forward. And that's so important.
Well, you know, and paying it forward, and family, and, you know, I go back to my life before Just for Fun Radio. You know, it was like I was one person in a huge community where I was connected, but I wasn't really connected. I was in my bubble. And, you know, being a member of this family has exploded my bubble in a way that I couldn't have imagined. And it's so incredible. You know, I love what we do in the community. I love who we are. I love this. You know, and I joke, you know, the joke, Scotty has a daughter named Emmy, and I call her the DJ's daughter. And sometimes Emmy will come down here and do the show with us. And I made the comment, I was like, well, I'm going home. And Emmy's like, you don't live here? She's like, you're here when I wake up. You're here when I go to bed. I'm like, no, Emmy, I don't live here. But the joke that I have now is I'm going to my house on the lake.
Wow.
So this has been an incredible year.
It has. And the past 5 weeks it's been pretty incredible. Just all the people that we've got to talk to, and the people that have came in, and all the responses that we've gotten from everybody about every show. It's just been really overwhelming sometimes.
I knew that Ladies Talk was going to do incredible, but, you know, me growing my own podcast network, I was expecting the growth to come very slowly. Like, mine grew very organically into, you know, and I've got 300,000 listeners, but they're all LGBTQ. And a lot of my LGBTQ listeners refused to cross over with me to Just for Fun Radio. They saw me as selling out, in a sense. It was like I had to play for Team A or Team B, but Team A and Team B weren't supposed to play together. And I'm like,
why not?
I just don't understand
Right.
that.
That's why I said, why not?
Why not? Exactly.
I mean, because
when
I think
you
that-
get to the heart of people.
Yeah.
We're all people.
We're all people, yeah.
And I think we all have something good to offer each other.
Exactly.
You know?
And we learn so much. You know, it's like when you are only in your bubble, you can only grow within your bubble. And guess what? At some point, you either start to wither because
Mhm,
you're in the
mhm,
bubble,
mhm.
or you explode the bubble.
Right.
And I've just exploded the bubble at this point.
Right.
And you know, it's like Benny said. She said, everybody isn't meant to go on your journey with you.
There we go.
And and that was kind of hard because there were some people in my life that I thought were always going to be on the journey with me. I mean, always. And it's like I'm okay with that.
Right.
You know,
and as you grow and mature,
yeah.
you meet people who are growing and maturing with you. Some
Yeah.
people are in a mindset where they are fixed and this is who I am. I'm not changing. And then you have people with that mindset of growth that I am
Will
continuing to
accept you.
grow
Right.
and evolve into who I'm supposed to be. Because I don't think we ever stop growing.
No, we
No.
don't.
And oftentimes people feel like, well, I am who I am
you're
and
not
take it
gonna
or
change
leave
me.
it, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah. I hate it when people do that. Take it or leave it.
take it
with
or leave
me.
it. No,
No, it's
I'll
like,
leave it.
Yeah, I'll leave it. I'm good. Look, I'm good.
I'll leave it.
Next, please.
Yeah, next. Well, and speaking of growth, we actually brought a sex expert on the show one
Oh, wow.
time.
Wow.
Marla.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
we
they
brought.
did.
Yeah, Marla.
That was a good show.
It was.
Yeah, Marla's incredible. Marla is one of my podcasters on my network, and she's actually the most celebrity. She works with celebrity couples on sex therapy
Wow.
and ways to heal intimacy issues. And I mean, the joke is nobody does sex like Marla. And I mean, but that is so true because, she talks about sex positive education
Mhm.
for women and for young girls because, so much of what young girls see in the media shapes
Exactly.
how they feel. Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
And they feel that that's what makes them accepted
Exactly.
or being like, you don't have to be like the others.
right. You can be different. You can be different. You can do different. And you don't have, and that's what I love about Marla. Marla is just simply Marla.
Mhm.
And that was a really good show.
It
Yes,
was,
it
and
was.
that's
Wow.
also the night we had a caller that called in, and
That was our first prank.
Miss Tammy Scott. I hope she's listening because she had said, "Crystal, I'm going to get you," and I was like, "Oh, whatever." You just don't think a whole lot about it. And we had a caller, and she was like, she said she had an injury from some stuff in a bedroom and broke her arm. And I mean, the way she called in, she was like,
Yes.
"Yeah, one time I had some of that there." She said SDMB or something like that. I'm sure I'm wrong, but it was hilarious. But see, all of us, I was losing it over here. I was just like
Right.
about to spit my drink out. I was laughing. And Marla did not skip a beat. She was just very, very professional, and she was just handling the caller like this was a real call. And we
Right.
didn't know if it was a real call or not.
Right.
We were just like, "What the heck were you doing to break your arm?" And she was like, she was rolling with it. And then whenever she said, "I got you," I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean,
Wow.
it was really, really funny.
And Marla's like, now, did you contract that in for your arm to be broken during the act?
Oh, wow. Contract.
Yes.
And we spoke of safe words. I was like, so they really exist. I guess I haven't stepped out of my bubble a lot there
Right.
because
Right.
I've never had to use a safe word.
Right.
The caller needed a safe word. So.
Wow.
So no 50 Shades for you.
I love
Right.
50 Shades of Grey, but I also know my limits.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And yeah, there's
You
just
know, the
some
second
things.
one's in the making now.
Oh, wow, the
Heard.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have not read, I haven't read that book.
There's 3 of them.
It
I heard the
is.
3 books.
It's a good
Yeah.
book. I mean,
I hadn't
well,
read it,
it's
but I
hype.
heard they're good.
All
Yeah,
3
it's
of them are good.
Well, the
Yes.
first one is really, really like draws you in with all the stuff that you hear.
Mhm.
I mean, it does, and it is that seductive.
Mhm.
But then the second, the third one are really, really good storylines. I mean,
Mhm.
very good storylines. It's not at all like the first.
It's
ones.
not anything like anybody would expect.
Nah, because
Really?
everybody's
Yes.
thinking, everybody's
Yes.
thinking it's gore. It's all hot and steamy. the whole
Right.
time.
No,
It's really,
uh-uh.
really not.
It has a good love story in the end.
Yeah.
And at the end, I'm not going to give it away, but at the end of
Okay.
the 3rd book, it ends on a good note.
Oh,
but it will
Okay.
build
Yes.
you.
So is
up.
the movie based on one of the books or all 3
No, the
combined?
first is only kind of based on the.
Because I heard
Yes.
the book and the movie were not.
No, they're
they do
not.
not coincide.
I
No, they
heard
don't.
that.
No, they,
They
don't.
don't.
Ah,
They took
okay.
out a lot.
I heard that.
Yeah, they did.
And I actually.
Well, they had to.
right.
Yeah.
There's no way they were going to put some of that on film. And I think that's where
Really?
some of us were very disappointed because I'm like,
Oh.
no, that's not what you said you did in the book. I'm just saying.
'Cause they
my
gave
best
such a-
friend read the book,
Yeah.
all 3 books, and she was so disappointed when she saw the
I was
movie. She was
too.
like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Like,
Because,
okay.
you pay to go watch and you're like, oh, I paid for this. I can go home and read it.
But
Right,
they'd have had to put it in an adult theater.
Right.
Probably so.
That was not
Okay.
going to happen.
No.
But we have to go to
Wow.
commercial and pay the bills. And I've talked over for just a couple of minutes longer than I should have. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to Ladies Talk. Don't you go anywhere. We got a lot to still cover, and we will be right back.
Yay.
Did not do that. I don't know what the heck that was, but I did not. He doesn't have this the new radish in there, so I keep having to drag it over.
Yeah, because we don't want your hair to be banging tonight.
Of course, I always want hair. Although actually, the shoot doesn't come to half right now, but we've got a bunch of.
Wow, Crystal, that post has already reached 254 people.
What post?
The one about leading ladies of legacy.
Oh, yes.
Legacy. It's supposed to be leading ladies of the
Oh, was it? I just copied the link.
I was like,
Wait,
I can edit it though from my phone. It's just I can't do anything with this keyboard, and I'm sure that's why he's calling me. I got a second. Someone run up there and steal some batteries out of
hold on, I can
somebody's
fix
call.
it.
I was like, they'll be showing up there, like, we're here.
They're like, we're here.
we're here.
Oh my gosh, I can't fix it. Okay, let's see. Now, let's go here. Go into the post. Oh. Okay, there we go. Now I can fix it from here. Yeah. She's sending, yeah, we got the wrong link in there. That's okay. We'll fix it. Lady, L-A-D-I-S-A-T-L.
I came upstairs to steal some batteries out of the remote to try that way, but I mean, I picked control.
Now, you and Benny been married how long?
We've been together 3 years. We've been married a year.
Because the way y'all act like y'all been married for
That's
quite a
what
while.
everybody says.
That's how you know it's,
Oh,
a,
okay, I
it's
see
a
what you're
divine
saying.
connection.
Yeah.
Because you can meet
Yeah.
someone and you
You just know.
hit it off, and you
Well, when
think
you
like,
you're talking about when you look at or when you watch
Okay.
Benny,
Mhm.
how she is
All
with
right,
Denise.
babe.
I mean, you can just you see it, and it's just you don't see it that often.
right,
The one we use,
that's divine.
the Superman
Meet
one, babe,
someone
or
and-
whatever.
I've had people that I've met, and it feels like we've known each other forever, and we just met.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that those are the people that were supposed to be in your life.
No, it's double A. The keyboard's double A.
Okay, I'm gonna have to hide Crystal because I can't. Abby, do you know how to delete a link once it gets embedded? Right here. It won't let me change it. This is the wrong website. This is the right one. So I thought.
Okay,
when
well, I
leave-
just put hours. Yeah, I just put hours in there.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
want-
working. Oh, that's probably something I'm doing. Okay, I'll
Oh.
just shut the whole computer down when I get to that point.
You may have to delete.
the whole Okay.
thing.
And then
All right,
I don't
I'll
know,
look.
but I'll just hide it.
I will.
Um,
Okay. All right, love you too. He's so funny.
Like,
Scotty, y'all, everybody that knows how he's like, go to the cabinet. I mean, go to the cabinet. Go all the way to the far left cabinet. Look in the far left corner. Look in the right.
Detailed. Wow.
I mean, like very.
I know sometimes when you do posts
But
like
he's
that,
all right though.
You have to delete the whole thing. and come
But I don't
back.
think it's the batteries. Because I'm putting the batteries out of the remote. It's still not working. One thing
Yeah,
I need to
because
know
then
is
we're
that
going to lose the people that liked it and
just turn
everything.
on the-
we'll just put in the post
have to,
there.
you know. Poor Bella.
Hold on, Bella.
That's there. Or baby.
Okay.
Yeah, if
I
I let
learned
her out,
everyone's
you'd be
names
like,
around here.
Yeah, your black press, the dog will be like, no.
Right.
Yeah, she's a baby, but
She's
she'd
a
be just
baby.
like, yeah. She just has one of those presents where it's like,
Right. Right.
She's
I
just
wonder
a
if even
sweet
the video is
Dogs,
even
yeah.
working.
Yeah, the video's working.
Is
Denise
it?
said the video's working.
So,
All right, so Crystal, what do you want us to do about? Because it's the wrong link in yours. So you want
all
me
I
to
gotta
delete
do is
yours?
just- No.
You can't. You can't fix it
because of the post.
because it's embedded.
Right.
Are you sure? Let me see.
Look, maybe your Apple got some skills.
Well, it's that Conyers. It's
See, it's leading ladies of Atlanta, and you've got leading ladies
Of legacy.
of Legacy.
it says Leading Ladies of Atlanta Home. It's the same exact logo and everything that's
It's
on.
not leading
No.
ladies of Atlanta. It's leading ladies ATL.
Right.
But that's, yeah.
Look, it's the same logo and everything that's on her car.
But when you
That's
pull it
it.
up, it
But
come
when you
look.
pull it up, it's two different websites.
right. It doesn't look like this.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why.
I just put the leading ladies ATL in there.
Erase this link that's coming up there.
Yeah, but how do you do that? That's what I was trying to do.
I just did that.
But
You
Like with
did?
the picture,
yeah,
it takes the
Did it
picture
take
off.
the picture off?
it's not going to. That is the picture.
That
of
is
it.
the picture. Right? So try maybe refresh your Facebook and see if it,
Okay, let's see.
because that is the picture.
Well, the picture you just showed was not like right
No.
here. No, that's not.
Come
the
here and
same.
look at this one.
No,
They're two different ones.
This is it. Encourage, inspire, empower.
no.
No, this one said leading ladies of Atlanta is the leading ladies of tomorrow. That's yours.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But that's not what's showing.
No.
No.
If you can
Okay,
see
see, this
that,
is
and then you
hers.
see another one that
And
popped
then,
up
but this
underneath.
is yours.
Oh, okay. So
It's
what did
not.
did she put one on Ladies Talk too?
No, baby, I posted hers because I couldn't fix
Oh, I see what
yours.
you're saying. This one.
Right.
Right.
I'm sorry. My bad.
So you just have to take that away.
So I don't-
I'll just delete this whole post.
Right.
Well, no, but then we lose all of our.
Well, there ain't nothing I can do about that.
So is the information still going to show on the other one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I
that
copied
one's
all.
so
I
good.
copied
It's
Crystal's
only got,
post.
well, it's reached 272 people.
But it's not.
Look, it's only reached 272
Well,
people.
Somebody got some advertising out of it. Right.
All right. So did you already
Okay,
delete
though,
that one,
this
Crystal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this one was just now posted, so it'll
Oh,
still
cool.
reach.
So Jennifer's already liked this one. Perfect.
So I'm going to go ahead and reshare this one. So.
All right. So I'm going to share this one.
My bad. I didn't know it was on the Ladies Talk page twice. I just seen the one. I'm like, no, it's the same.
This
one.
Jennifer Wolf, is she a nurse?
She's
No,
she's
she
a
don't-
construction. She's in
Okay, 'cause-
construction.
The friend of mine that knows Chuck Haig that died, he was asking me, he's like, who is this Jennifer Wolf? And I said, I don't think it's the one that you and I know. I think it's another one that they're talking about. Because we know a Jennifer Wolf and he was saying that
Erin Hill said she loved the Unconditional Love show.
Aw, I love Aaron.
and then he says when typing it in Google, just typing leading ladies of, it brings up both Legacy and Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
So okay, now I need to go to the doc.
I just need to go to my personal page and make sure that's still good.
I'll share it again.
Mm-hmm.
Back to ours. Oh, Denise is saying check the phone.
I can't believe it's 9 o'clock already. Is
That
it
went
really
by
9
quick.
o'clock?
Yeah, that went quick.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we need to touch base on?
All right, we got to mention Gravity again.
Yeah, of course.
We gotta
Where
tell-
is that? I want to go by there.
Gravity, yeah, be sure
wine
that you tell them
tasting
that Just for
tomorrow,
Fun Radio sent you.
Yeah. We're
You know
going
what
live.
Cracker Barrel
We'll
is?
tell her on
On the
there.
access road? Past Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, ask me about Gravity on air.
Oh, it's the gray building.
Here we go.
You know where Holiday Inn is?
I do.
It's
Between those two.
before, Yeah.
We
Okay.
are back,
Right.
and we
We're
cannot
back.
believe it's 9 o'clock already.
Well, and is it Cherie?
Yes.
Cherie was asking us, we were talking about the wine tasting tomorrow. Cherie's like, well, now where is this again? Where's this Gravity? And so Abby was giving her directions to Gravity. So I think Cherie's going to come out and
I
hang out
will
with
be
us.
there.
Look, it's a wine tasting that we don't have to pay $60 for.
Exactly.
I'm like, oh my God, if I could get all the money back that I have spent on wine
Wine
tastings in Atlanta that I
Exactly.
paid $60 for,
Mhm.
and they don't give you food. You
Right.
don't, because the crackers are $5 extra.
Right.
Yeah.
Really? Maybe that explains why I haven't done any wine tasting in Atlanta. No
Everything's
idea.
Expensive taste of Atlanta,
Yeah.
wine tasting. I'm
Oh,
like,
and the
"Yeesh."
Taste of Atlanta was $220 this year for
Exactly.
the ticket.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I could go to one of the finest restaurants in Atlanta for that
Exactly.
price.
Yeah.
Right.
Heck no.
And
Yeah,
then
and-
you get like little samplings. So I'm like,
bet that
for
was a
200
very-
and something
Yeah.
I
You
bet
can
that
do
was
the
a
Taste
long
of
one.
Conyers for free.
and a to-go plate.
Now, Karen, the owner, she'll hook you up. She really will.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Karen is awesome. I was always intimidated about learning about beers.
Mhm.
And Karen, you tell Karen what you like, and she has like this whole book of beers that go with every single meal.
Wow.
And I mean, it's incredible. And then you can go in there, and I made the mistake of not listening to Karen
Mhm.
because I'm like, oh, there's a chocolate ice beer. It was chocolate and coffee. I was like, I like chocolate. I like coffee. I will like chocolate, coffee, beer. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
But it makes great beer bread. That one
Wow.
made phenomenal beer bread. But yeah, tell Karen your taste. And I mean, she goes to this. Karen's like the guru.
Right.
And she and her husband Bill own the business together. I always promote Karen because I'm real big about women-owned
Women,
businesses, but Bill
exactly.
really is a part of the business too. Yeah, because they're married.
Right.
So I love Gravity, Gravity Craft Homebrew,
And that's from 5 p.m. to 7 tomorrow. Is that
5
right?
to 7.
Yes.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm going to boogie down to the social house for a little while to do some karaoke. Then I'm going to shoot back up here and jump on the fun bus and head over to the midnight barbecue.
That's right. That
Oh, I
midnight
forgot about
barbecue. I
the
will
midnight
be there.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we'll be doing the midnight. I'm going to bring because I'm a vegetarian, and
Okay.
I hate it when people plan events like this because they never think about people who don't eat meat or who can't eat meat.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, what are y'all doing for the vegetarians? Oh, okay, I got it. Nothing. Y'all are going to give us a piece of lettuce. Okay.
I'm sure there'll be some bread there.
Bread. Right. There we go. We're gonna start with
Some
with
bread,
barbecue, then bread.
Coleslaw.
baked
Right. A little
beans.
coleslaw.
You know,
Yeah.
some bread, a little coleslaw.
There
you
you
know.
go.
You mean Oz isn't going to hook you up?
No.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
some
I won't be
tofu.
getting-
Right.
I won't be getting a tofu or a garden
What
burger.
Tofu burger.
Is
Yeah.
there grilled tofu? Can you like barbecue
Yes, you
tofu?
can grill
can.
tofu.
Yeah,
You can.
Yeah, it is so good. I grill it with very it's a sauce called Yaki Teriyaki, and you baste it on there. And I put a little bit of honey on mine.
Wow.
And there's a grilling honey that you can buy, and I mix that in together, and I put it on the grill, and I sear it on both sides.
I've never
delicious.
seen anyone get so excited about
Right.
tofu.
I know, right?
Like she could taste it. I'm like, okay.
Well, there you go.
You make me want to try it.
You talking about that square white stuff? that we
Right. That's
see?
what she's describing it. Like I'm thinking like it's white in a pack. Like,
Right. And she getting all
Okay.
excited.
I saw that too. I was like, okay.
Scotty calls it toe cheese. No, he calls it
Tofu.
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 Okay.
Yeah, it's so good though. And then the other recipe that I have for it is I do a chicken fried tofu where I take the oven fried chicken batter and I coat the tofu in eggs and like I'm doing oven fried chicken. And
The
I
look on Zach's face is
Right.
priceless.
Zach
He's
is like,
just staring at her.
And we're talking about tofu, right?
yeah,
Okay.
He's like, yeah,
tofu.
okay.
It is so good. And then
How's it going to be chicken tofu with no chicken? That's
Well-
kind of like a restaurant with no food.
That's like a chicken
fried
chimichanga with no chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just only the doc can come up with this stuff.
yeah, that one is so good. And then I do another one. I do a black bean tofu where I take the tofu and I chop it up in black beans and then
Urban Mood does a burger like that.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so
I am yet
good.
to go to Urban Moo,
You
and
need
Scotty
to.
brags about Urban Moo.
Delicious.
Their
Yeah.
onion rings are
Oh my
just like,
God.
oh, yes.
Oh
They
well,
have
there we go.
delicious food.
Are they open for lunch?
Yes, they
Oh,
are.
we're going there. My next lunch day.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll
especially now we know they have something for you, Doc.
well, I discovered them when they first opened because I know Tamika, who's one of the owners, and her brother, because I go to Shirley's Cutie Cakes all the time with Andrea. So Tamika and Andrea are friends. And so that was how I it's like that whole circle
Right,
of restaurants. And so I joke now, I'm like, yeah, I can go eat at the Urban Moo and stumble across the street because,
And
you know,
get
the
your
Urban
cutie
Moo also has a pour license. So you can get your burger, your drink, stumble across 130 or across
Stumble.
Flat Shoals.
I'm about to say, wait.
Yeah, stumble.
Okay.
Stumble.
Just make sure you don't get hit.
Yeah.
Especially on 138.
That's right.
Yes,
Ooh.
stumble
Flat shows. They
stumble
fly.
over that little thing out there.
Right.
And go over and then get your Shirley Cutie Cake on. And I mean, just it's incredible. I love what we have in Conyers.
Right.
You know, we've got some pretty good stuff.
And that's what I was speaking to the commissioner about because I feel like there's so much here, but we don't really know that we exist. It's
You have
kinda
to be in the know, girl. You got to
And-
know somebody
and
who
he's
knows
like-
somebody.
because I'm like, I see events, but I see them and it's too late to say, oh, I wanted to go to that or, and so he's like, yeah, I'm working on putting together some sort of community page or something
Right. There's no
to connect us all.
there's no centralized, and I'm so frustrated with the Main Street business
Mhm.
whole thing
Mhm.
because I think that those businesses in Old Town Conyers, we got to shout out Essentially Yours. Essentially Yours gave us our very first gift.
Oh,
They
Oh,
gave
yes.
us margarita glasses and a skinny margarita.
wow.
And so I love Essentially Yours because I'm a huge fan of hashtag Keep Cash in
Mhm.
Conyers.
Mhm.
Because I'm a firm believer that even if I have to pay a little bit more, I would rather pay a little bit more to shop locally, to know that
Exactly.
I'm helping somebody locally pay their
Exactly.
bills and feed their
Exactly.
family
Exactly.
than to go into Atlanta. But, nobody really promotes the businesses that we have here. They don't promote the events that we have
Right.
here. And, they're like, well, nobody comes out. Okay, well, you can't have secret cloak and dagger meetings.
Yeah,
And
but Just for
expect
Fun
people to
Radio
come.
is promoting it.
Yeah,
though.
right,
yes.
I mean, Oz has been coming in for
Mhm.
about a year now.
About a year now. Yeah.
And he's the one
since-
that told me about it because he's like, oh, yeah, they have a radio station. And mind you, I've seen the bus, but I didn't know that you all were located here in Conyers.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they're right off of Underwood. I'm like, really? He's
And
like,
you know
yeah, come in.
what's so great about it? It's like the past year, myself and all of us, we've all learned so much about local business, and they've
Right.
learned about us, and
Right.
that's how we all grow. Is we grow
Exactly.
together.
Exactly.
And it's
I love it.
really, really great.
It's been really great.
And honestly, the doc has introduced us to a lot of the local business because she gets out there. I mean, like the Awake coffee shop, I got to go there last
yeah.
week.
Mhm.
That
I was
place
just there this afternoon.
and
yeah.
it's nonprofit.
Mhm.
I really, really like, and it's a really neat little place.
is.
And yeah, we got some neat stuff in Conyers. It's just the word needs to get out there. Everybody needs to talk about it more.
Well, because what I do when I go into business and I find the owner, I'm like, hey, can we do a selfie? They're like, okay.
And now we Periscope in their business.
and now we go
Oh my
Periscope
gosh.
in their businesses. And,
yeah.
you know, there's a lot going right in Rockdale County. You know, we've got some things that we need to work on, and we'll get there.
Right.
But
Well,
there's
it's
a lot
important
going
that
right.
we focus on the good things
Right.
and talk about those not so great things more, you know, behind closed doors instead of bad mouthing our community, especially
Exactly.
to other communities.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, because that's where, you know, I heard, you know, so and so. But if we're talking good about it, then hopefully other people will talk a little bit more about it and it'll
Exactly.
grow.
Exactly. And, you know, even Covington, there's a pet bakery in Covington. Did you know that?
A what?
A pet bakery.
No, I did not know that.
Mhm.
And I actually I spend a lot of time in Covington because I live there. Zach lives there, and I lived there all of my life. I mean, I worked there, and I lived there forever until the past 3 years ago when I moved to Conyers. So
Yeah, they have a pet bakery.
Yep.
Because I bought the handmade doggy treats and Pampered Puppy. Oh my God.
how could we
leave out
Puppy?
Tara with Pampered Puppy? You know, I'm a huge dog lover, and you heard my story about me pushing Crystal out the car to
Right.
rescue
To save a
Puppy
dog.
today.
Okay.
She was trying to give me to the man up the road.
Save the
So
dog.
my wife and my daughter are going to Planet
Right.
Fit.
Hey,
Hey,
How did that?
now I know
he has
I'm
a
few
secret
seconds-
way of calling, and
I know I'm
Wow.
a few seconds late, but so you said that we got a Korean bakery in Covington?
No,
Korean.
Scotty.
Pets,
I said we have a
pets.
pet bakery in Covington.
Yeah, it's a Korean bakery because I can go down and get some dog.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Hang up on him. Just hang up on him.
Oh my God.
I will see y'all in a few minutes. I'm crossing over at 138, so I'll see you. Bye.
Bye, Scotty. You know,
have a pet bakery.
Hey, Anise,
oh my gosh.
a friend of mine said, "Do they cook pets?"
Y'all.
Wow.
Gosh, is that friend of Scotty's? Because,
Right.
That's
yeah.
what happens when you talk about that daggum tofu.
It's tofu.
I'm
It's
trying.
tofu.
Look, I'm
No.
trying to bring an element of elevated doggy treats to the area that doesn't have any gluten, that is
Do
organically
people really
made.
buy that stuff for their
yes,
pets?
yes, they do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I paid
Man.
60 cents a treat.
Good
because
Lord.
I wanted Lucy and Teddy not to have grain free. I wanted it to be cooked in a safe
Oh,
environment.
Benny, we need to talk about this.
Benny. I mean, not Benny, but Anise.
I'm just wondering how they're staying afloat, but hey.
I need, you know, my dogs are, because I used to have their treats shipped from Peachtree City, Georgia.
Oh,
From
how does your dog know?
You
what
know we have a
gluten-free-
PetSmart here.
And a pet sense.
yeah, but
Yeah, Pet Sense. Yeah.
well, PetSense actually gets their treats, you know, their bulk treats. They get them from the pet bakery. Yeah,
How does your dog know that it's gluten free?
because they can hear the bag and they can smell it.
Really?
I think every dog runs to the bag.
Right.
So
No,
they're like, there's our gluten-free treats.
Right.
Tail a wagging.
You can see
And
it.
they're grain-free also.
Right.
They're good for
Wow.
your teeth.
Lord have mercy.
well, you know, so Pampered Puppy and Lori Todd of Mutts and More. So my daughter and my wife were on their way to Planet Fitness one morning, and someone dumps a dog in the middle of the parking lot of Planet Fitness. So my daughter jumps out of the car and runs down 138 chasing the dog.
You guys
Like
and
you thought I
chasing
was
dogs.
supposed to.
My
Yes, they're
goodness.
into chasing dogs.
Right. My goodness.
And
Get the dog.
Wow.
I'm gonna get shot. Just
My
get the dog.
goodness.
we gotta save the dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we get the dog, and you know, this dog he was a young dog, and we got him, and they did the video and everything, and I mean, they were shaking. My wife was shaking. My daughter was shaking. I was like, I'm so proud of y'all. You know, we're a rescue family.
Right. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You guys get a bus and you can go traveling around picking up
said that's
stray
what it
dogs.
sounds
That's
like.
what it sounds like.
And
Pet
these-
rescuers.
This friend says, keep in mind that General Mills is in Covington, so they could get a discount on materials.
Oh wow.
You know.
That's a cereal plant.
Right.
That smells so good over there too when they're making
Yeah.
some
You know,
Cheerios.
so, but Tara, you know, this dog was covered in mud because this person dumped the dog in the middle of the rainstorm. So we have the dog in our car, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, what are we going to do? How are we going to figure this out? We've already got 2 dogs, and both of these dogs were rescue dogs too. One we got from when somebody moved out of an apartment and left the dog and turned the dog loose. And so we went and got it. And actually my ex-girlfriend got it and she was like, you got to take this dog. You got to help me. I was like, okay. So Tara actually gave us a bath for the dog because the dog had fleas, and Lori Todd stepped up and she's like, okay, I'll help you rehome the dog. So within 24 hours, the dog had a new home. He's safe. He's happy. He's loved. I mean, that's what we do.
And while you're mentioning, rescuing the dogs and all, I know the radio station got cut out a little bit earlier.
Yes, I'm glad you brought this
and
up.
it hasn't been brought back up. But on November 14th, around 1ish, 2ish o'clock at the Porterdale Gym, We Ride to Provide is actually hosting a fundraiser for an animal shelter, and it's going to be called Home for the Holidays, and it's just allowing for anybody to adopt the dogs that will be at the show. It's a fashion show. My Sister's Closet will be actually donating the clothes for it. Ravish Hair Gallery will be doing hair and makeup. Just for Fun Radio will also be DJing the event. So definitely stay tuned and go ahead and put that on your calendars, November 14th. And let's give all of these dogs a home for the holidays. Tell everybody who you know. It's going to be a really great benefit. Just stay tuned for more future information about it.
I'm so proud of you for doing that.
That's going to be very exciting. That's going to be fun.
We're super excited. It should be really, really fun.
And it actually went out that time. I do believe that the mic button was locked.
And I'll make sure that we get you a press release out for that one 30 days before the event. So you'll have your first press release. Yay. Yay.
So excited.
That's going to be awesome. It's going to be some good fun.
Anything for the dogs. I mean, I will push people out the car for the dogs.
Right, I see that. I see that. Donate you a bus, a truck, or something. Or you can scoop them up and put them in your truck. A bus, rescue bus.
Get run over in the middle of the
Rescue bus
road.
just for you.
Because we run fast. Well, my daughter runs fast.
Wait a minute. You're always driving, though.
Yes. And
You're
look,
not running. You're
cars were
driving.
like everywhere. And she was like, oh my gosh, that dog. Help that dog. Save that dog. And I'm
Never
in the
mind
middle.
you. Don't
Right.
worry about yourself.
But
Just
what's
save the dog.
crazy is I attempted to do it. I mean, I think I had one foot out the door and the car was still rolling. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
You sure she wasn't pushing you out of the car?
Right.
Maybe.
No, well,
maybe. Get the dog. Get the dog.
Well, my daughter's just sent me a text. She's like, Mommy, it's because you speak with such urgency when it comes to the dogs. You're like, get the dog.
Yeah.
She's like, we can't do
scared
anything
me.
but
Get the dog.
Startled me. I was like, it's almost a demand. It's like you
Right.
just got to do it, like right now, and you don't think about the fact that there's a guy sitting at the door with a gun, possibly getting
Right.
ready to shoot you for trying to steal his dog. But
Oh my
we
gosh.
were just keeping the dog from the road, basically.
all right. So
But tonight has been a really, really, really good night. I
it's been
appreciate
incredible.
everybody for listening. We got a
And I'm still sweating. Oh my God.
we got a pretty big day tomorrow. I can't think of Saturday and Sunday. It's been such a busy week. I don't know that I've thought that far ahead. I know tomorrow, as you said, we'll be at the Gravity for the wine tasting
We're at
from
Gravity
5 to
for the
7.
wine tasting. Oh, I got a shout out to the waxing studio who is hooking up my eyebrows tomorrow. I've got a shout out to Siobhan Scott, who is known in the Atlanta community. Well, his name is Tommy, but he's known in the Atlanta drag community as Siobhan Scott. Tommy will be doing my makeup for me tomorrow, so I'm going to have my makeup done. Let's see, what else am I doing? Shout out to Shirley's Cutie Cakes, who pulled together an amazing birthday cutie cake surprise for me to take to Bristol Village, where my dad is staying now. And so I'll be doing that. And then, of course, we're heading over to Gravity Craft Homebrew, 5 p.m. to 8 to 7, 8-ish for the wine tasting. Then we're popping down to karaoke at the Social House in Porterdale. Not the Porter House in Socialdale, the Social House in Porterdale.
To get your po' boy.
to get my black bean quesadilla.
Benny
And
likes the po' boy, though.
Benny loves those.
I
po'
love their
boys.
pork quesadillas. They are really good.
I love their veggie
Have
tacos.
y'all had the deep fried green beans down there?
No, I didn't even know they had them.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we might
We might have to try some of those tomorrow.
That, yeah.
Zach loves their chicken tenders.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
pause.
Thanks.
We
So
love to
good.
eat on this show.
Hey,
We do.
Yeah.
So do I.
You need to check out the Social House. You really, really do. They're all of their food's inspired by. I mean, it's all fresh made. It's really, really good. And on weekends, they provide some great entertainment out there. We did karaoke in there a few weeks ago and really had a good time.
We had an awesome time. So we'll be doing
Until
that.
Benny got scared.
Thanks to your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd say she was startled, but she overcome it very well. She was like, she didn't know Philip.
She was getting ready to put Zach in her pocket and run with him.
Wow.
Girl, I was about to grab on and go.
But we had a really good time. In fact, the doc even got Todd Scott. He's the owner of the Social House out there, and he did some karaoke with her. So that was pretty cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Dusty, she got on the dance floor with us, and we just had a really, really good time. So
I've never hung out with friends like, I because I was the socially awkward girl in school. I didn't have a lot of friends. My friends were my books.
Mhm.
And, so hanging out now, it's like I'm reliving the time that I didn't get to have growing up. So it was really cool hanging out with everybody.
it's so much more fun now. Even my brother and his wife came out that night.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so much fun.
We had a blast.
Yep.
Well, next week we've got the 10 financial moves. It's going to be next week is going to be really interesting. I don't quite know where we're going with this topic yet, but we're going there.
I have a feeling that it's probably going to lean towards the whole rebuilding yourself.
Yeah.
Because, after many things, whether it's divorce, bankruptcy, devastation, there's all kind of things that affect our life, loss of jobs, whatever.
Mhm.
You have to rebuild yourself. So I have a strong feeling that that right there is going to kind of be where it ends up going. Let's see who's calling. Thank you for calling, Ladies Talk. You are live.
Good morning. Good evening, Crystal. How are you?
Good evening, Drew. How are you? I was just wondering how come we haven't heard from you.
School, and more school.
Hey, school is good. Got to get that education.
Yes.
Yep.
And I just wanted to check in with you ladies because let me just tell you, it's been a busy couple weeks because it's just like I've been always on the go ever since school started. And I have homework every single night.
Well, that's good because you're getting that education. That's really good. We're glad you called, though.
But I just wanted to call also to say I miss Doc and everybody at the radio station because I never get to listen in anymore because I have to leave on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30. So.
Well, that's because you're taking care of business, and that's the right thing to do, Drew. We'll be here. We'll be here. And, there's always the YouTube, so you can always listen and catch up through YouTube. And but we appreciate all your support. You're always so great.
And I wanted to ask you if you could do a favor for me.
Of course.
Send me a reminder about Electric High because I miss it every Wednesday because either I'm out of the house or I have homework. So
I sure will. Look, you need to make it a point to go to the YouTube and watch last night's episode because they had Laughlin in here and they were really, really good, Drew. You're going to really like them.
Yeah, that was a great treat, Drew.
But well, thank you for posting the videos. When you guys went to see Erin, because she is amazing.
Isn't she though? I know that. I mean, we were very, very intrigued with her show, and we were not sure that we were going to get to make it that night. Then things worked out, and we were able to get out there. It was a little travel, but it was very well worth the drive. So next time, whenever she's a little closer, and I know we're trying to get her at the Social House. So whenever she's at the Social House, you're going to have to make sure you come join us. Okay.
Okay. And I also wanted to tell you that maybe she can come to 5 o'clock somewhere.
You know what, Scotty? They've spoke of that, so maybe that right there would be pretty cool too. But they have spoke of that. We want Erin Hill everywhere. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Drew. We're getting ready to have to say our goodbyes because we have talked way over our allotted
I know,
time.
I
But
know.
you know.
I just wanted to say hi to the doc and everybody else.
Hi,
Hello.
Drew. Thank you, darling.
You know, tomorrow's Doc's birthday, so if you can call in tomorrow, make sure you call and sing to her because.
I will.
All right. Thanks, Drew. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
All right,
Happy
Drew.
birthday.
Thank you.
We truly appreciate you, Drew. You take care, okay? We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon, and I'll make sure I tag you in next week's Electric High post and keep you posted on everything. But until then, go to the YouTube channel and check out last night's show, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye, love.
Bye.
Drew's a really good guy. He is a huge DJ Scotty fan. Big time.
No, I'm actually number 3 on his list now.
Oh, he's
wow.
number
Yeah.
What did
one
you
on the
do?
list.
Nothing, but after the ladies show last week, he notified me that first it's ladies show, then Aaron Hill,
And now
then
then,
me. Whereas it was the otherwise,
so you're slipping.
I can't compete with boobs.
Wow, Scotty.
We had that
Apparently, this is a
conversation
life
earlier.
lesson I should have learned a long time ago.
That's funny right there.
All
Well,
right, so we are going to boogie out. We will see you tomorrow night. Gravity, 5 o'clock, wine tasting. 8 o'clock, social house karaoke. Midnight barbecue in Old Town Conyers.
Zach, you have anything going on this weekend?
At midnight.
People keep asking that. That's why I made that joke.
I'm like,
Sheree, you got anything going on?
Don't forget your tofu.
Bring it in the bag. Somebody will grill it for you. Somebody will put it on the grill.
Okay.
Saturday.
Just the meet and greet on
Okay.
Saturday from 1 to 3 at the Courtyard Marriott.
And we now have the correct link up for the information for it's called the LLA, which is the Leading Ladies of Atlanta. And this is an after school leadership academy. And you can get more information by going to the Marriott Saturday and checking that out. What you're doing is really, really great for
Thank you.
the teen girls of our community. So y'all check that out. Anybody that's got teenage daughters or know of young girls, it's just really good for their self-esteem and teaching them to be leaders and love themselves for who they are and all that kind of great stuff. And Abby, do you have anything going on that you'd like to share? No.
No, not this time.
Scotty, is there anything else that we should share since you're here?
No.
Wow.
all right.
I am.
Zach, do you have anything to share?
I don't.
Okay. I guess we're all shared out, so I
Yep.
guess it's time to go.
All right, y'all be sure to tune in to Just for Fun Radio in the morning. They will be live at 7 a.m. until 10ish. So until next week, we appreciate everybody who's listened and shared and called in and commented. We really do appreciate y'all. Without all of you listeners and followers, we would not.
And sponsors.
And sponsors. Our sponsors
Our
really.
sponsors rock.
They pay the bills. We absolutely love them. We have a family of sponsors and it's just growing. I mean, I couldn't sit here and name them all. They're all,
Yeah.
which is a really, really good thing. So, and whenever they grow, we grow. When we grow, they grow. And it's all about feeding the community. So I am just super excited about that. But until tomorrow, y'all have a great night. Everybody say bye. Bye to the camera.
Bye, YouTube land. All right, Crystal, what you taking us out on, Miss DJ?
Ladies.